Is it okay that I'm a mess?
Of course it's okay. I'll love you no matter how messed up you are. The employees are too kind. They won't tell you to leave, even if you're being a bother. I love you. I only have your best interests at heart. How humiliating. How could you have ever thought she was waving at you?
Is it okay that I'm a mess?
You're okay. Everything is going to be okay. Ooh, I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere.
A man has stalked you ever since you were a child. You call him Geist. You're not sure who or what he is. When you befriend a new boy at college, Geist will do anything to keep you in his grasp. Mind. Hello. Mind. You're just gonna have to go, damn. This is such a fucking cool opening. It's moving, it's slightly breathing in a way, if you want to put it that way. The continuous use of the color green throughout the screen, and then just... Is there a noise? Oh, it's a very small little tack sound, but still, I like it. You go there, it gives you a sense of something wrong. Beyond just the spooky green glowingness, and he's freaking smoking a cigarette, so that's just my thing. But yay! They did say there was... Ooh, I did like that. Hold on. Ooh, cute! Balloon, it's squishy! Thank you for taking the time to play. Right, I read that right. Thank you. Okay. Chattercap. Solo dev that does most of the things, including character and background, art, animation, UI, logo design, audio design, coding, scripting. That's quite a bit. And look, you can click on the link. Very smart to integrate that already into the game itself rather than relying upon others to click through the other site. It does help because, especially if you're sharing this game with someone, they're instantly able to go to your links, which when you pop it up, ooh, it brings up their freaking cute little site, which you should be able to see if I click on stuff. Yeah, did it. Look at that. Simple, straightforward, nowhere to click the buttons. Beautiful. Which, I mean, just give a shout out. Look at this. They've worked on all these different game designs, music, the creation of it. I mean, look at that. Another one with a moving background. And this, I'm curious to play this Deep Water Witch one. I don't know what the heck it's about besides post-apocalyptic world, Little Mermaid. I mean, if mermaids were hunted to extinction? Curious. See, what the heck is the game? Okay, stop being distracted. I'll love you, no matter how messed up you are. A man has stalked you ever since you were a child. You call him Geist. You're not sure who or what he is. When you befriend a new boy at college, Geist will do anything to keep you in his grasp. Now, there's the question. I'm supposing, because since it said it's a yandere, has Geist confessed his feelings to us already, or is he just possessing us? And then the other thing of, Who is this Hawaiian shirt man over here? Oh. Just the problem. You have this gentleman here, and then you got Mr. Yandere British man looking dapper. And then we've got Sunshine Ball of Happiness. Happy, 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 happy! Not sure who I will win over because there's 2 endings to the game. Of course, about 1 to 2 hour gameplay, which that's if you're actually clicking and not talking through it. Live 2D animation, name and pronouns, almost fully voiced. I mean, even just getting some voices is impressive. Quality of life features, prep, and spill your spaghetti in front of a sunshine boy while a sassy British man insults you for breathing. That is an intriguing catchline to put for your 2 main potential romance interests or paths you to choose. Okay, and of course, don't forget the warnings. Deals heavily into topics of mental health, a lot of verbally abusive behavior. And of course, checking under the tags, which you'll be able to click here. I personally won't be clicking on it because I don't want to be surprised. Wait, no, that's not the right way to say it. I do want to be surprised because I'm okay with being surprised with some of these topics. So, just remember, if you want more information, click on the detailed warning, the minor spoilers if you go to the page, okay? And of course, the credits are wonderful voice actors in the game. Butter Blanche and Chimera Cumint for their support and beta testing, Len for inspiring, and always the music and whatnot to find in the game. And of course, if you do want to, I do know they have this very beautiful art book that's, I think for, if you pay more than $2.99 US dollars, you can get the art book, which it's 43 pages. I mean, if you're getting inspired to make your own game or you simply want to know more lore or just the beautiful design, have at it. I like it. So, shall we dive into Mind, Mind, Mind? And it's curious, the music's not turned scary even in the time of playing it in the background, so maybe something more sinister will appear later? And of course, what kind of choices we'll make during the game. Onwards, because I will keep distracting myself with playing the game. And of course, we can look at the gallery, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm assuming 6 CGs, but it could be more, it could be less. You never know. And those are credits, the archive, general information, music credits. Cool. I like that. It's very spiffy how they've given its own section beyond the credits section. You can look up stuff more in detail. It keeps it nice and clean. Alrighty. Let us begin and see just who do I want. Do I not care for breathing, or do I care for a ball of sunshine? My name, and you're just hanging up here. Like, or can you just summon Geist if that chain's here? Well, pick our name, pick our name. Oh god, that was all in caps. My name is Alfie. Who do I want to pick? I don't know what I want to pick. Do we go with this? Okay, we'll go with this. Ooh, and the text comes out this way. I love it. And there's this. What is this? Oh, this is the read back the text. Okay. That follows me. And this frosted look to it. Ooh. Okay, maybe that typing was a little aggressive, but I'm guessing we're trying to meet a deadline? I sit in a cafe, typing on my laptop as I sip the final dredges of my iced coffee. I look up, gazing over the top of the screen to the seat opposite of me. He's sitting there. He wasn't sitting there before, but I'm not surprised to see him. He vanishes from time to time. There was a blissful period when he didn't appear for an entire weekend. Still, even when he's not visible, I know he's always around, watching, waiting. That sounds like he's doing some psychological torture to you if you're never knowing when and where he is. Oh, the eye moves. Oh, and the cup. Wow, that's cool. That's just impressive. Hello, Geist. He's a young man dressed in sharp, crisp clothes. Some might even call him handsome. He crosses one leg over the other and leans back, enjoying the aroma of his espresso before taking a sip. He never takes his eyes off me. A little aggressive. Bro. I'm sorry, that's just my one tip. Like, that is some aggressive typing. I focus my gaze on the laptop screen, trying to avoid looking at his face. I was in the middle of typing a sentence, but I can't remember the continuation. For a minute, I stare blankly at the document, typing, deleting, and retyping the same word over and over as a cold, prickling sensation washes over me. Just another thing, like, this is just beautifully designed. It is aesthetic, so A+. The man finally speaks. His voice is calm but reassured. He talks with a quiet confidence of a university professor.
This is a nice cafe, isn't it? It's your favorite. It's cozy and quiet, and the coffee is good. It's not too expensive either.
Great voice acting. That was, I don't know, some huskiness to it. You just call him that man. And they do like the little backsplash, little color. Pretty. I don't respond. The man continues to chat.
All of the employees are kind. They're generous, allowing students to work here for so long.
And I know that was one of the little screenshots taken, so I don't know. Are you bashing me or are you being polite? It might just be the British in you doing that passive niceness, but mean. Not gonna say anything to that?
Though, you've already been here for 30 minutes. It was fairly empty when you first arrived, but it's going to be crowded soon. People always drop by to kill time before their evening classes. Don't you think it's about time to leave?
It's only been 30 minutes. Like, you can be here longer than that. Are you trying to shove me along? Like, haven't you not finished your espresso? I have a drink. The man picks up the plastic cup and shakes it, rattling the ice cubes. He cocks his head and looks at me, raising an eyebrow. Technically, it is a drink. It's just a watery drink. Well, could you get me another drink then? You have an espresso. Why can't I have one? I'm thinking about getting some food. Maybe a pastry or a bagel.
When you're trying to save money, and you have sandwich fixings at home.
Oh God, he's that person. We have that at home. Guys, you're just getting on my nerves already. I slumped down, leaning my face closer to the screen as I mashed the keys, filling the document with gibberish only tangibly related to the topic of the paper.
The employees
man
are too
sighs.
kind. They won't tell you to leave, even if you're being a bother. You're a paying customer after all. A paying customer that sat here for 30 minutes after getting a single coffee and insists on taking up an entire 2-person table for just one person.
He does have a nice voice, but sir, I see your point, okay?
Let's go home, okay?
Oh, I saw the eyebrows, but why? Why do you want me to go home? And, oh, do we live together? I mean, it said you were like a stalker. 1 minute later, I'm tossing my cup in the recycling. I open the door to the cafe. The cold wind outside buffets. My face and chilly droplets sting my skin. As I head back to my dorm, the man walks alongside me, a satisfied, jaunty spring to his step. He tries to hold my bag, but I refuse. As he strolls along, he hums merrily. He even reaches out to hold my hand, interlacing his fingers with mine. But I shrug my hand out of his grasp. Isn't he supposed to be a ghost? Is he a ghost that can feel? The drizzle begins to turn into a shower. The man's mood doesn't dampen. He jogs alongside me at an easy pace as I sprint home, shivering as the rain soaks through my clothes. When I unlock the door, the man waits to the side, still watching my face closely. Droplets of water fall from the hair, framing his sunny expression. Before I go inside, he pulls my sleeve and lands a kiss on my cheek.
I was so
seems happy
happy
about that.
to spend this time with you. I'll see you again soon.
How was that spending time with me? I mean, yeah, it seems you were being a little pushy for me to leave the cafe, but okay, that's your perspective. He walks away. When I poke my head onto the hallway, he's already vanished. Gotcha. So this is our room. We have a big-ass window with no curtains. Okay. Some post-its, some little, I'm assuming a giant shiny rock in the corner or a blob. Something. I'm surprised. Usually he follows me inside. He lingers, preparing tea and snacks and soothing music. Then, after an hour or two, he disappears. He's probably coming back in a moment. I'm always glad when he's gone. Then why do we have a pursuable route if you're glad he's gone? That man wasn't always there. I can't remember seeing him when I was in elementary school. Perhaps he was lingering somewhere, watching, but he never came to talk to me. The first time I met him was in middle school, right before the school play. As I huddled backstage, frantically rehearsing my lines, I saw him for the first time. I gazed up to see a boy kneeling beside me. He looked different at that time. He was younger and he wore a simple collared shirt and a pair of jeans. I thought he might have been a classmate, but I didn't recognize him. At first, I thought he was a stranger, but I tried to ignore him. Instead, I focused on the crumpled sheet of printed paper, repeating the words until they rolled off the tongue. Then he spoke. there are so many people watching. Can you imagine what it would be like if you forgot your lines? You're standing on stage in front of dozens of people flapping your mouth like a dying fish. It can come off. That sounds a bit like you wanted me to panic, or you could have been trying to get me to not psych out. Okay. I wonder what your classmates would think. They'll probably curse you for ruining weeks of hard work, for being the only wrench in a well-oiled machine. Oh well, I hope that doesn't happen. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Half an hour later, as I stood on stage in front of dozens of parents, my mind went blank. I forgot my lines. Except did he come in and tell you your lines so he could look like the hero? Oh no. I choked, tears stinging the corners of my eyes as I looked around the auditorium. I saw the stranger standing at the back, arms crossed as he leaned against the wall. I couldn't tell if he looked sympathetic or elated. How is this a good start? As I walked home, he found me again, skipping alongside me. He held my hand and smiled. I screamed at him. I pushed him away and ran. When he was out of sight, Oh no, it's this. I looked at my palm. He'd given me some chocolate. If you're supposed to be a ghost, why didn't you just tell me my lines, bro? Since then, I've seen that stranger countless times. He appears anywhere. When I'm walking around outside, when I'm shopping, when I'm in class. The only place that still offers me some semblance of refuge is my room, although he still sneaks in there sometimes, invading even my most private of spaces. I don't know his name, but I call him Geist. Oh, Geist, like poltergeist. Oh, I see. Cling, 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 because I was thinking my brain zeitgeist. But poltergeist, unless there is another way to put it, but that's what's clicking my brain. But look at this. Ooh, I'm assuming either it's turning to dusk or is it morning? We waking up? Ugh. I lean over my keyboard and groan. No matter what I try, the program won't input the correct answer. After an hour of tinkering, the result is the same. I look at the clock on the bottom left screen. Oh, it's dusk. Okay. 7:03 p.m. If I recall correctly, there should be computer science tutoring scheduled from 7 to 9 tonight. My fingers twist my shirt. I've never gone to tutoring before. It's okay. Tutoring is actually really good. They're there for the purpose of answering questions. But the assignment is due at 11 p.m. I bite my lip, staring hard at the code, hoping that some solution would magically appear in my brain. It doesn't. The clock changes to 7:04 p.m. Yeah, you should probably go now. I stand. I can do this. The alternative is missing the assignment and getting a 0 after all. Besides, who goes to tutoring? There probably won't be anyone there. But tutoring is there to help you. Making our way down our little hallways. Which are we seeing? I really can't tell what these artworks. I mean, I see a hot air balloon, and is that supposed to be space? I can't work with it. And then what is this? Oh. It is actually a drop down. That kind of scared me. I was really concerned of actually clicking it. But cool. Ooh, tilted. What a fancy little design. And we have an autosave? Wow. Okay. I like it. Cool. Well, let me go back. You go back up there. I was wrong. I was standing outside the door. My resolve falters. I peer in through the shades covering the window. There are quite a few people inside. At least 10. A familiar, cold hand lands on my shoulder. Geist smiles at me, his expression twisted into something
So
resembling
many people.
sympathy.
Better not go in.
No, guys, I came here with a singular purpose of using my educational building, institution, to get my answers. And clearly, guys, you could have helped me earlier. That's another thing. Why didn't you help me with my code?
Is the room not open?
Oh, this is going to be... I've forgotten your name already, but I know you're the sunshine boy. I turn. Hawaiian shirt, man! A boy with a wide smile and warm brown eyes is standing behind me. I recognize him. His sky blue Hawaiian shirt decorated with pluminaries is difficult to forget. We're in the same lecture. He always sits in the front row, so he's a brave boy too. He sits in the front row.
Oh, I got it. No key card, right? I got you.
That's really nice, thanks. He maneuvers around me and swipes a card through the ID reader. When it clicks, he swings the door open and holds it for me. He's alright being so nice, but it's like, Geist, you're losing points. You're losing points. Your sunshine point is to the win.
After you.
Why, thank you. I take a deep breath and go in. And even it is peer pressure because now he's holding the door, so you have to go in unless you're going to explain like, no, I was a little concerned. Hello, computer lab, will you help me today? The room's surprisingly crowded, probably because the problem set is due tonight. Several small groups of students are huddled over their laptops in different areas of the room, scrutinizing their screens. A couple stragglers are hunched over the university desktops, typing furiously. There's a single tutor? Oh no, they did not plan this well. A pale Japanese guy. He has messy dyed hair, and he's wearing a Tricon University Letterman jacket. He's leaning on the desk next to one of the stragglers, pointing to the screen as he explains something. I go to the corner of the room and sit between two of the computers. I take out my laptop, rousing it from its slumber and navigating to my code editor. Geist settles into the chair next to mine, crossing one leg over the other. Geist, let the other man have his moment, okay? But of course, this yandere is probably not going to leave us alone. The boy also sits next to me on the opposite side. He leaves one computer gap between us. He gives you personal space? Oh my... My heartbeat hitches. Is he going to try to talk to me? I just came in to get some help with my homework. I'm not ready to make small talk with a stranger. To my relief, the boy just takes out his laptop and starts typing. Need any help? The tutor walks over, his icy eyes flit between us before settling on the boy. The boy gestures to me with both hands. You are being so cordial, sir.
Oh, that person was here first.
I mean, technically we're both here first.
Look at you, troubling him. You wouldn't even have come in if he didn't hold the door for you.
Yeah, just like I said. But yes, guys, if you want to point out the obvious. But I'm not troubling him. That's just what nice people do.
Let's hope you can talk without tripping over your own tongue like a buffoon.
Sir. Then again, I guess maybe if someone's more of a brat type or who likes a challenge might really take Geist for a cup of tea. Who knows? Maybe I will like him by the end of this. My cheeks heat up. I frantically click through the pages of my web searches, hoping that the tutor doesn't see my open tabs or my bookmarks. Oh god. Finally, I pull the code editor back up. I'm running into an error. I can't figure it out. The tutor pursues my screen. It takes him less than 2 seconds to spot the issue. Easy one. Here, you've got a less than or equal sign. Wait. So you've got a less than or equal sign. It should be less than. Okay. I make the correction. The tutor waits as I run the program. He directs me through a couple tests. When he verifies the code is working as intended, he turns to the boy. All right. What about you?
If I'm being honest, I don't really know where to start.
Okay. It's plain and simple. You're not really into the code work if you're here for that. The tutor raises an eyebrow and grabs the chair next to the boy, making himself comfortable. Let's see. The palindrome problem. For this one, you need to make a recursive function. I return to my own homework because I don't know what a palindrome and recursive even means. My brain is particularly slow today. My fingers stumble over the keys. For some reason, I can't seem to focus on the assignment. 20 minutes pass and I'm still working on the same problem. Geist leans back in his chair as he reads a novel. You're reading The Bell Jar, sir? The Bell Jar is a balmazone. What? What is that? What is that word? I'm sorry, I don't get a lot of words that have Z in it. I'm stressed. What is that word? What? Embalmazone. Emblazoned. Emblazoned. Oh, I could have just read it a little bit. Now I feel embarrassed. I don't know how to read. Okay, gotcha. The bell jar is emblazoned in elegant, curved letters on the cover.
You can't focus because there are too many people here. What if they're all looking at you, seeing how horribly slow you are? Why are you even in this class when you're so terrible at coding?
Anyone can code, just like anyone can cook. Anyone can do things, sir. In one part, I can feel like you're trying to really challenge me, but in another part, I'm like, sir, you and your British self need to sit yourself down. Come on. I get it. Yeah, maybe you're concerned that I'm getting anxiety. But no. And other thing is, Hawaiian shirt man is here. Can I not be here in his presence for a while? Okay. My mouth tightens into a scowl. Next to me, the tutor has been hovering by the boy the entire time, guiding his charge methodically through the problem. However, it's slow going. Several sheets of paper covering with scrawled diagrams are lying on the desk, but the boy's eyebrows are still furrowed in confusion. See, it's fine. We're in the tutoring room, and everyone's taking their time. Geist, chill out. The older student sighs, glancing at the other students in the room. I'll be back. Let me help them for a sec. The boy nods in understanding. Geist claps his book shut, demanding my attention.
Why don't we go home? You got what you came for. We can finish in peace and quiet at the dorms.
But I mean, I was in peace and quiet. This just sounds like you're waiting for an invitation, sir. I grit my teeth. I want to stuff Geist's book down his throat. But then I hear something weird. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, the little swirls. The boy is making a strange, pitiful sound in his throat. He sounds kind of like a whining puppy. He stares at the computer in dejection, his frown so deep that it looks like a rain cloud crossing over his face. My eyes screen. Every time he runs his program, it freezes, refusing to budge until he forces it close. I look a little closer. Oh, we forgot to increment the counter variable. See, I know what I'm doing. Should I say something? It's an easy enough fix, but... Does that sound like a time to save? That sounds like a time to save. Moments of who I would like to pursue. Okay. My throat feels dry.
You'd better not. Can you really explain yourself clearly? You're just going to make him more confused.
But the best way of learning is through teaching. So, I mean, I get it. You don't want me to talk to anyone. You don't want anyone else to hear me speak. But I think I got this.
Besides, he didn't ask for your help. Why do you want to stick your nose somewhere it doesn't belong? If anything, he'll think you're a creep who's spying on him.
No, guys, not everyone is you. Geist's voice squeezes my vocal cords. It's difficult to breathe, let alone speak. I mean, and now it's the other thing. Do each choice lead me on the path, or is it like kind of point system? Because I want some defiance. I want defiance. The boy looks up, eyes brightening in interest. I edge closer. He scoots over to make room for me. Look at that, see? He's like, hey, any help is any help. There, you didn't increment your counter variable so the loop never stops running.
Ah, so that's what it was.
He's happy. Oh my gosh. He types the correction and runs the program. It runs without freezing, even though it doesn't output the correct answer.
You saved me. Oh, thank you. What's your name? I'm Kalei.
Oh my gosh, he has this cute music too. Kalei, okay. I'm Selfie.
Nice to meet you. We're in the same lecture, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen you around.
And he recognizes you. I nod my head. My eyes inadvertently skirt around his face, avoiding direct eye contact. We return to our respective problem sets. Once or twice, he reaches out to me with a question or asks me what problem I'm working on. Every time he opens his mouth, my stomach does a backflip. Slowly, the other students file out of the room. Soon, Kyle and I are the only ones left. The door opens. A female student hovers in the doorway. She's dark-skinned, her umber hair falls and coils, framing her face. She's wearing a bright blue Tricon University sweatshirt and a pair of dark-washed jeans and a white backpack. When she sees Kalei and me, her eyes widen in surprise. She talks to the tutor, letting the door close behind her. Is she pursuing him or friend? I hope I'm not disturbing something. Oh, are you still busy? Yeah. Take your time, I'll be over here. Oh no, is it the tutor's girlfriend and wants to leave? Oh no. Kalei's eyes widen and waves enthusiastic at the older student. She smiles and waves back. The older student goes to the other side of the room and sits in the chair. She slings her backpack over the back of the seat before taking a book out of her bag and starting to read. Do you know her?
Yeah, she's a TA from one of my other classes. Super nice and so smart. She gave me a lot of advice about the courses and teachers in the bio department.
The bio department? Where? I'm sorry, you're doing coding program, but then you're in the bio department? What is your... That's a lot of different courses. Okay. It's 9:15. Oh god. I eyed the clock. 9:15. I've been here too long. The tutor's only paid to stay on the clock until 9. I start to pack my things. I'm not done, but I just have to finish it up somewhere else. Next to me, Kalei seems to have the same idea. I thank the icy-eyed upperclassmen and exit the computer lab. I still get the pretty little music. I check my... Oh, it's 9:20. I check my phone again. 9:20 p.m. Still have an hour and a half to finish up and submit. I should go to the library. I can't waste valuable time walking back to my dorm. Before I have a chance to put up my headphones, Kalei jogs up beside me, his backpack bouncing on his shoulder. I instinctively tense up.
Hey, you still get some homework to do, right? Do you want to work on it together?
He wants to be study buddies. And of course, Geist is gonna say something about this. Okay. I'm taken aback that I can't even think to refuse. He beams.
Shoots! Comrades until 11.
Dear gosh, that's sweet.
Gee, it's done.
They finished their homework? Yay! 10. Oh my god, you guys, boy. You are really crunching down, but then again, I can't lie. I've submitted stuff 2 minutes to the deadline, so they've actually gave it some time. Kalei and I both slump on the table, relieved. 10:52 p.m. We've submitted our assignments just in time.
Thanks for doing it with me. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Ah, but your bright demeanor and happiness is all that probably gave me the strength to finish this. Of course, and even deadlines, the failing of grade. I can't resist smiling, hoping that I don't look overly awkward. It was fun. Well, as fun as doing homework could be. Kalei is easy to talk to and jokes around a bit while still taking his work seriously. Coding didn't come easily to him initially, but once things started to click, he began to breeze through the problem much more easily. I was worried that it would be a one-sided affair, but he ended up helping me as much as I helped him. I closed out my coding editor. I side-eyed the blonde man sitting next to me, like, hey Geist. To my surprise, Geist is silent as a mouse. When we were finishing our homework, I noticed him glaring at the two of us over the top of the bell jar. But the blonde man didn't say a word. Even now, no venomous quips escape his lips. He just stares at Kalei, face twisted in an expression of vague irritation. We're gonna get into the shenanigans.
It's this late? Oh, gotta go. Early morning tomorrow. See you in class.
I see you in class, thank you. He smiles and waves goodbye. After he leaves, my chest feels light. Sometimes good things do happen, even to people. No, not just to people like you, just in general. My gosh. Sometimes the sun does come out, even to a place where it always rains. Our character is definitely low esteem. Please, can we raise it up? I have to keep myself from humming as I pack up my own belongings. Okay, we're chilling. We're going. It's 11 at night. Hopefully, we're just making it back to our room and nothing scary. When I exit the library, the air is chilly, nipping at my nose and cheeks. It's completely dark and mostly empty, the lamps casting eerie pools of light over the main plaza. As I go down to the library steps, Geist follows a step behind. Matching my every stride, I steal my gaze ahead, trying to ignore him. I take my headphones from around my neck, snap them over my ears, a welcome shield from the cold. I take out my phone and select my listening material of choice. An audiobook, a podcast, some soothing music, exciting music. All these are wonderful choices. Because what is it? I've just discovered Kimberly Lemming and her fantasy series, which is an 18+ series, but it's just like a little spicy romance series that you get to have those romantic rom-com tropes with demons and humans and the unlikely heroine going on a venture, and that there's 3 books, and I just learned there's a 4th book, and the motherfucking monster romance character is a freaking lamia, the snake kind of being. I am freaking stoked. But then a podcast. There's always so much good podcasts out there. Let's pick exciting music. Yeah. Rock. I open my eye. Wait, open my eyes. I open my playlist of rock songs. The heart-pounding instruments envelop my ears, drowning out the world. I turn towards the path leading down to my dorm, but something catches my eye. Who's this? Someone waving at me. A girl wearing a white hoodie, her hair tossed into a loose bun. I recognize her, although I don't know her name. We're in the same classics seminar. What should I say? Just social anxiety. Do I wave? Do I acknowledge her? Oh, God. What should I do? Wave? Pretend that I don't see her and walk past? I mean, we have music. Maybe she is, maybe she's not. I tentatively raise my hand, keeping it close to my body. Damn it, it's one of those situations. Her eyes flash over me for a second before she looks past me, waving more enthusiastically. Well, did you not know I was in your line of sight? I look over my shoulder, and another girl is jogging out of the library. It feels like someone dunked my heart into ice water. I hurriedly retract my hand, pretending that I'm just adjusting the strap on my backpack. But I know it's too late. Geist's voice now. Sir, do you have to acknowledge that? Please. You could just do a look. Geist's voice is piercing, effortlessly penetrating the headphones that are shielding my ears.
How humiliating. How could you have ever thought she was waving at you? You barely know her. You've talked to her a couple of times. That doesn't mean you're friends.
Well, damn. I didn't know. It's late at night. She's waving at me. I don't have other relevant information. My mouth tightens and my eyes burn. He's right. Of course she couldn't have been waving at me. We barely know each other. We're not friends. I turn up the volume on my phone and walk faster. I want to get home as quickly as possible. However, even with my headphones blaring over my ears, Geist's voice still haunts me.
That's right. Pretend that you don't see anyone. Pretend that you don't hear anyone. If you don't talk to them, they'll never hurt you.
You have an extra level of possessiveness, okay? Let's see how that turns out for you. Back in her room after that humiliation. I get unusually late the next morning. Well, morning is probably generous. It's afternoon by the time I put down my phone and roll out of bed. After getting home, dear gosh, you stayed up till 4 a.m.? I mean, I get if you're watching anime or something, but on the socials? I didn't even process what I was looking at. Doom scrolling. I can hold my newborn kitten in one hand. Famous influencer acts like a jerk for the 15th time this week. Modern dating sex? Will I die alone? Stupid and pointless. But I just wanted to escape. To overload my brain with so much stimulation that I could forget my troubles. I sit up. My head aches. My stomach groans, clawing at my insides. Well, I guess I should eat something. Gonna get some lunch, which is brunch, because I need breakfast. I enter the cafeteria. A menagerie of scents assaults my nose. There's the typical array of brunch items: eggs, pancakes, sausages, fruit, and yogurt. There's also a limited selection of normal lunch dishes. I pursue the menu that's posted near the entrance. Usually I grab something quick and portable that I can take to the park or to my dorm room, like a smoothie or packaged sandwich. But today I eye the hot food station, my mouth watering. I would have to eat at the cafeteria, but I look around the hall. There aren't too many people here, just a couple of stragglers. It's late for lunch, so most of the students have already come and gone. My grumbling stomach wins out over any reservation I have about eating in public. We're just we are just so shy, but I get it, I understand, I did this my first year of college too. I really want to eat the... I mean, look at that. It's lentils and mushroom and curry. And we're not doing... Mac and cheese is a side, it is not a meal. But goulash, braised pork, but... I don't really eat pork though. It feels like braised beef, something else. So mushroom and curry, yes. Ooh, and some jasmine rice too. The student worker ladles some red lentil curry over a heaping bed of jasmine rice. I take it to a table in the corner. I dig my spoon into the curry. I admire the red, vibrant sauce juxtaposed against the white rice. The creaminess from the coconut milk mingles with the bold spices. It only takes me a few minutes to finish half of the dish.
It's you! Mind if I sit here?
Do you appreciate the food I'm eating? I mean, I don't know if that choice actually affects it. I almost choke on my food. I'm like... Kalei is standing next to me, holding a tray with a grilled cheese sandwich, a container of sweet potato curly fries, and a glass of cola. Sir, you have just I have to say it's the 8th grader meal. But then again, I really like sweet potato fries. I raise a hand to cover my cough and gesture to the seat in front of me. Kalei beams and sits down.
Didn't think I'd see you here. Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
I mean, poorly. A bit. I barely get out the words. I'm still frazzled at the sudden intruder at my table. Why are you bothering me? I wanted to eat.
You see what happened because you decided to sit here? Now this guy found you, and you'll have to eat the rest of your lunch trying to have awkward small talk with someone you barely know.
But isn't that a good thing too? Yes, it is stressful. But it's great when you meet someone, and guess what? Study buddy. Geist, you're not my study buddy, clearly. If you were my study buddy, this would be a different thing. But Kalei actually has helped me, okay? The familiar blonde man is sitting next to me, sipping an iced coffee. He glares at Kalei and looks like he wants to strangle the boy. Sets his tray down and takes a big bite of his sandwich, melting cheese oozing between his fingers and onto his plate. He chews and swallows before speaking. Well, at least he has manners.
Man, comp sci is so much tougher than I thought it'd be. I took it because I thought it would be easier than taking an actual math class. But somehow it's even worse.
I mean, technically if you don't want to do certain equations, but then you have to understand how the computer works. That's its own stress in itself. He pushes the container of sweet potato fries towards me, but I shake you. Why do you shake your head? He takes a fry and chomps it in half. He was sharing.
How's it for you? Hard?
Okay, now he's forgotten his manners. I want to major in it. It's not bad, it's tough. I don't know if my character wants to major in it. I mean, computer science is a good degree, but our character's not giving us anything to work with to say if we don't. I would assume, because I don't want my character in the dumps, because I see how our choices already have changed some of the wording. Let's go with that. I want to major in it. I actually like it. I'm planning to major in comp sci. Kalei nods, taking another bite of his sandwich. I look down. He only just sat down, but the chat is already petering out. I can't keep a conversation with this guy. I can only hope he'll eat quickly and leave me alone. Kalei puts his grilled cheese down. He wipes his fingers on his napkin before taking out his phone.
Hey, do you mind if I add you on try-message?
Wow. He already was just like, you know what? You want to major in it? Great.
None of my friends are taking comp sci, so I don't have anyone to suffer with me. Please?
Ah. But then again, it could be a ploy. Because the other thing is, we don't know if he's actually crazy or not, or if he's actually happy. At the end of the day, this game could have plot twists. Oh, yeah. Before I can even process what he asked, I'm already fumbling my phone out of my pocket. I nearly drop it.
What's your ID?
Oh no. Like, Pulse. Oh, do I not have a catchy ID name? My pulse quickens as I open the app that I've never opened before. Oh no, we haven't used it. On the inside, I'm screaming. It's prompting me to make an account. Geist has finished his coffee. He crosses his leg, turning sideways on the chair to face me with an amused smirk on his face.
Oh no. Better not let Kalei see that. He'll find out that you're a hopeless loner. After all, you didn't even bother making an account because you don't have a single friend to add on try-message.
Or I am just purging all the social media and taking a break, you know? There's ways around this, sir. So, I'm not a hopeless loner quite yet. Sorry, just give me a sec. Forgot to update my phone. It's auto-updating now.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Please chill. I dropped my phone under the table and frantically input my information. It feels like I'm dismantling a bomb.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Sir, I'm pretty sure Kalei is totally cool and patient. Besides, he's finishing his food. It doesn't take that long to sign up. I want to strangle the smirking blonde man. I hurriedly changed my PFP to a random picture from my downloads. I got it.
Shoots.
Shoots? Do you mean like shoots like, yeah? Oh. We add each other on trimester. His PFP is a banana wearing sunglasses, and the tag under his name simply reads, "Living life." Why couldn't it have been a banana joke? Peeling out, ripened up, vulnerable on the inside.
No way!
No way, what? What? Oh, does he like my random picture I put? Did I do something wrong? Is my profile weird?
Is that Detective Dog?
Why do we have Detective Dog on our phone unless this is supposed to be a reference to Scooby-Doo? Oh, I look closer at the picture that I chose for my PFP. Clell's right. I had inadvertently chosen a fan art of the main character from my favorite movie series, Detective Dog. I can feel my cheeks burning and my heart sinks. Next to me, Geist is doubled over, chuckling uncontrollably. Geist, you don't know the true love that a fangirl has for her favorite movie series.
Wow, you didn't even make it 10 minutes before showing him what a weirdo you were.
Thank you.
An adult that still watches cartoons for children. Might as well tell him that you still wet the bed too.
Gosh, Geist, you're so fucking mean. I just thought the art was nice. I don't.
I love Detective Dog.
This is so sweet. What?
What?
Got him. I love it. Thank you for making him surprised.
I used to watch that series so much when I was a kid. I stopped watching the movies for a while, but I was feeling nostalgic last year and I started to watch them again.
Aww.
They're actually so much better than I remembered. And I noticed so much about them that I didn't appreciate when I was younger.
See, that's another wonder of rewatching things, seeing it from a new perspective. Oh, thank you.
Like how Dog's addiction to dog treats is a metaphor for alcoholism, and how the tyranny that the cats have over the city is based on imperialism. What?
Oh my gosh, you really looked at it.
And when Dog stops wearing his collar, he's freeing himself from both his abusive relationship with his wife and the generational trauma that the cats have inflicted on his family.
What is this series? Kalei continues to chatter about the symbolism of the third Detective Dog movie. I was at a loss for words. I'm a loss for words. You're really taking into it. Okay. I've only met a handful of people who still remember Detective Dog. I can still see their expression of derision in my mind, poisoning my love for the franchise. I had never met anyone who saw it as anything more than a silly children's cartoon before. Khalil gradually stopped talking. He rubs the back of his neck, apparently realizing how long he's been rambling. Please, you have more lore to provide us?
Oops. I got a little excited. People don't really remember Detective Dog, you know? What's your favorite entry in the series?
Beats me, unless my person's gonna tell me. Oh, I guess the fifth. Phantom Dog versus the virtual phantom. I thought the surrealism of the film was so interesting, and for once it focused less on the mystery and more on Dog's past as part of the police force and the guilt and trauma he has as a result. Ooh. It's also the first film that really explores the corruption inherent in the dog society without blaming everything on the clats. Khalil leans forward, sipping at his soda and as he nods. Try to restrain myself, but the words tumble out of my mouth before I can catch them. Before long, I'm subjecting Claire to a 30-minute long spiel about the symbolism of the bananas in the film. Still, he never looked annoyed or disinterested. He listens the entire time and rapt attention. When I'm done, he brings up his own thoughts, and soon we're engaged in a lively conversation about the use of food metaphors in the series. Before I know it, it's already 3 p.m. We take our plates to the tray, return together, and then we start walking back to the dorms. He lives in the building next to mine. We wave to each other. I take my ID card and swipe into the building. Oh God. It's only then I realize that Geist is been standing next to me the entire time. Oh, what do you have for me now? He's eerily quiet. His face is cold as a block of ice. He follows me into my dorm room without saying a word. What are you gonna dish out to me, sir? I'm giving you defiance. Even as I start my classics homework, Geist lingers. He crosses his arms and leans back against the back wall, watching me. This is a first for him. When he follows me inside, he usually clings to me and doesn't stop talking until he decides to leave. He realizes he fucked up. He's got to compete against another man. He's got to compete against decent manners and someone who has enough passion for a cartoon series as I do. Run, 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 guys, unless you're gonna be nice. If not, then you're just gonna have to get more defiance from me. I open my textbook. Fine, it doesn't matter if he stays, just as long as he's quiet. I spend the afternoon and the early evening doing my homework. During that time, Geist doesn't leave, but I ignore him. My mind is still running with the cheerful memories of my lunch with Kalei. When it gets dark, I sneak out to the common room, make myself some pasta. Is he still here? Cheap carbs. I lie in my bed, my stomach full of cheap carbs. I fish my phone out of my pocket and unlock it. Ooh, the try message icon catches my attention amidst the mess of apps on my home page. I click the icon and navigate to Kalei. I press on the box to start typing a message. However, when the keyboard pops up, my fingers tremble. Bro, why are you here? Get out of my room. The mattress creaks. Now, what are you gonna say to me now? Geist has left his home against my back wall. He's lying on his side next to me. His head propped up on one hand, he smirks.
What are you doing? He just asked for your info to be polite. He doesn't actually want to be your friend. He doesn't like you. Why would he?
Well, damn. Just perpetuating this still, sir. Okay? How do you think you're gonna keep me if you're gonna keep pushing me away?
This afternoon, he was just tolerating you. He was being nice, listening to you blabber ad nauseum about things he couldn't care less about.
Clearly you are jealous. Like, damn, you are oozing jealousy. He talked as much as I did about the series. Sir, maybe if you had something in common with me, we would be tolerable.
If you text him, he'll just shudder and think, this person again? So soon. How clingy are they?
No, actually, no. If anything, Kalei will be like, so soon? So yay. This person? Oh, hell yes. Guys, you're gonna be... If I don't get tears out of you by the end of this, I'm gonna be a little dissatisfied.
Save him some headache. Don't text him.
That sounds like do text him. Okay. My hand freezes up. What if Geist was right? What if Kalei really was just being nice? If I text him, I'll be a bother. And the worst case scenario, he will leave you on red. Okay? If anything, he's gonna send you a funny meme with bananas or Detective Dog. But text him. You're gonna fucking text him. I flop on my side, facing away from Geist. He snorts. What do I say? I can't sound too casual. We're not that friendly, but I shouldn't sound too formal either. Just, hey. Something about Detective Dog. Hopefully you get a good night's rest. Easy peasy, just text it. Should I add emojis? How many? Oh, dear gosh, but then again, have I done this? Have I done this exact same thought process? Absolutely. But simple. You send the message. Hi, you could even do, hey, hi, hello. Make it cute. You could always do that. Would thanks or thank you be better? Should I apologize for talking too much? Should I even thank him for listening? After typing and retyping the message several times, I eventually come up with something I'm happy with. Hi, sorry to bother you. I just want to say it was really fun talking to you. Thanks. No, you're not a bother. As soon as I hit the send button, I smash my head into the pillow. Guy sighs.
Oh, could you be any more awkward? What is this? A thank you email after a job interview? The social ineptitude is dripping off your text.
Well, damn. Geist, you text me? Doesn't sound like you ever text me. If you're like so into books, why don't you write me a freaking letter? I groan. I wish, well, technically most phones do have a somewhat unsend button, but it's very limited. Hehehe, I got a text back. My phone buzzes. I squeeze my eyes shut, smothering my face with the pillows as I get ready to look at the screen. Hey, you texted me. He is super happy to read from you. Ooh. Yeah. Oh dear God, it's wait, it's not even the triple yay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, that's 5 Y's. That's a yee. No, I should thank you. Oh, he was. Oh my gosh, he gave you like a longer message too. Oh my goodness, it's super fun talking about Detective Dog. Dog boy. Woof. Oh, please stop it, sir. This is just sunshine. Oh wait, that's that's a cat. I chuckle. Yeah, it is. Woof. Oh dear gosh, Khalil sends a cute sticker of a dog lying on the beach. I respond with a sticker of a dog lying under a blanket, saying that he doesn't want to go to work. We trade stickers like that for a few minutes until a chat log is a variable dog park. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Are you gonna go to tutoring Monday?
Don't do something that you'll regret.
That sounds like you are gonna regret, because you already regret telling me not to text him. You've set the dominoes in motion, guys. Okay? I glare at guys. I'll be there. Yay! I'll see you there. I drop my phone on the blanket and roll onto my stomach. My heart is racing, but it's not from nervousness for once. I actually feel happy. Excited even. This is another thing I'm just realizing now. The ghost has been talking to us, but it's like we haven't had any physical head-to-head talking dialogue with Geist yet. Like he's been just like talking at us another way. Like, are we gonna actually have dialogue where we say actually communicative talking to Geist? Because at this moment it just feels like he's like this little freaking parrot on our shoulder, just gonna be like, "Brah, you should be miserable, brah, you should be miserable." But I mean, maybe in the end, how this game plays out is if you choose the other path of breaking out of your shell and not letting Geist control your life. He leaves, he's pitiful, I don't know, maybe he tries to kill you. We'll find out. But hey, we're looking forward to Monday. Kel and I go to tutoring together on Mondays and Fridays. Afterwards, we usually grab a late night snack. We also text a lot between classes, in the evening, on weekends. Man, this is just progressing really well. I like this. We chat about a lot of things. Through our conversations usually gravitates towards movies. He loves talking about film even more than me, if that's possible. It seems like he's watched every movie produced in the last 30 years, ranging from rom-coms to BIPOCs to horror. My friendship with Kalei is so easy that it's almost scary. Chatting with him feels like I'm being carried down a gentle river by the movement of the water. It's not difficult or forced unlike what I'm used to. I think that Kalei... Oh, damn. You get a friend zone choice. Be curious. So in the roots, I don't know how exactly the paths split or if it's the point system, but it's like, if you pick good friend, does that lock you out of his ending, whatever that means, and cute, putting you in a romantic? I mean, of course, it could even just be context of how you two's feelings, if it's platonic or not. I'm curious. But hey, sounds like a time to make a little save. Do I want this romantic? Do I want it platonic? And honestly, at the end of the day, which is gonna get me into the route that makes Geist either eat his own words or cry? I mean, I think if we all out abandon Geist, that's gonna give me the best kind of just time where I can give my character a shit-eating grin. So yes, we're gonna say Kalei is cute. He's cute. I don't think he would ever be interested in me in that way, but a month after I started going to tutoring with Kalei, I'm sitting at my desk, scrolling away on my laptop. And is Geist appearing? Wait. Oh, cool, it even shows your choice. A month after I start going to tutoring with Kalei, I'm sitting at my desk. Oh, okay. I just got a little confused because it said at my desk, but the background was still the university background. Gotcha. That just threw me for a loop for a moment. I often spend my Saturday evenings browsing random online marketplaces. It's relaxing and it feels a bit like a treasure hunt. I've snagged quite a few vintage DVDs for bargain bin prices. Right now I'm searching for my white whale. I've invested countless hours searching for this movie, but to no avail. Don't worry, I felt the same when I was trying to actually watch all the versions to Pride and Prejudice. I didn't even realize some of the freaking streaming services took off some of the versions from there, and I had to go freaking hunting through the library for it. I understand the white whale-ness. Don't worry. Ooh, my eyes brighten. I finally find what I've been looking for. Young Detective Dog, the adventure begins. It's not part of the original Detective Dog timeline. Instead, it was a minor film that was released direct-to-video, which means some of these direct-to-videos actually have some fun plots to them, detailing Detective Dog's impoverished origins as a street puppy. No, he was abandoned. It's a valuable piece of the Detective Dog canon, filling the gaps between the prequel series before Detective Dog and the Butler era comics, detailing his life as a servant to a noble cat family. Whoa! Young Detective Dog was outsourced to a smaller animation studio. As a result, it never received that much marketing and only a limited number of prints. It's the only Detective Dog film that I haven't managed to get my hands on now until now. I said that twice. I don't even look at the cost I don't even look at the cost that carefully. I've been searching for this film for months. I'm willing to pay almost any price. Maybe check. I mean, you're a university student. As I'm checking out, my phone buzzes. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang, that's 7. Hey! So we were talking about that Mad Gun sequel yesterday? What is Mad Gun? Is that supposed to be Mad Max? Top Gun? Okay. Do you want to go see it? He's asking me to go see a film. Except probably Geist is going to be there too. I was thinking about going tomorrow. Oh, the new Mad Gun movie. Kalei and I had talked about it on our way back to the dorms. Admittedly, I wasn't a fan of the Mad Gun franchise, but I had read rave reviews about the new sequel. Couldn't deny my interest was piqued. I was about to. Sir, let me have fun. I was about to text, okay, when a hand drops onto my phone. The pale tapper fingers rest the device from my grasp. Can I read? I'm about to text okay, when a hand drops onto my phone. The pale, tapered fingers rest the device from my grasp. Sir, give me my phone. Geist strolls to the other side of the room, waving the phone idly.
You'd better not.
Can I make that decision, please? Why not? Oh my gosh, you actually are speaking to him directly. Yes. Why not? I can spend time with whoever I want. Geist comes back and leans against the side of my desk.
Texting is easy. You have time to think about what you'll say, and there's no pressure to answer right away. Going to tutoring is fine too. After all, you're mostly working on homework.
So basically, you've been letting things in your mind slide because you're like, oh, these things don't really matter, but bro, you've already missed your shot. I've already casted you out, and I am waiting for the moment that you are just in tears. That is my goal.
But going out with him will be different. You'll have to talk to him the entire time. Can you really do that?
Do people really expect, like, there's a moment where you're quiet with each other? Like, dude, I'm pretty sure Kale's not always talking. Excellent. I snatched the phone out of Geist's grasp. However, I thought the message said. However, when I opened the try messenger, my palms are sweaty. No, he is not right. Please do not feed into it. What if Geist is right? I tell Kalei, I am totally fine. I grit my teeth. Making conversation is no big deal. I can do it. Talking with Kalei is easy anyway. I'd love to go. Great. I'll come pick you up at 11. I respond with a thumbs up. Heh, you have displeasure. But obviously, I am hoping, in the back of the head, I'm hoping you're gonna step up. Where is the more? Either you love bombing, you going yandere, or of course, you could just be thinking I'm gonna come back to you. Come on, you gotta put something in. Put even a little craziness into this. Come on. Geist leans over me, his displeasure slathering. Slathered? I don't know how to read. Slathered over his face. He smells like mint. Oh, damn, but he smells like mint? See, that is such a delightful smell. But of course, sharp and cold.
I warned you. Just wait. You'll see what happens.
I mean, is this gonna plot twist me? I don't know. I'm really concerned because what if it's just a ploy? I pick up my pillow and throw it at him, but he's already gone. I sit on my breath, breathing hard. The blonde man is gone, but the butterflies in my stomach aren't going anywhere. Instead, they're just flapping their wings more and more violently, turning my guts into soup. Okay, let's see how this goes. You're making me concerned, Gabe. You're gassing me up, thinking like something actually is gonna turn out bad. And of course, Geist could just show up and sabotage it too. I hope that Geist is wrong. Happy music.
Man, that was awesome. I was wondering if it was going to be some cheap cash grab, considering it's been 20 years since the last installment.
I mean, yeah, that's the sad part. Even though it's been 20 years, that means production team, the actors, everything could just entirely be scrapped.
But it was really interesting. I liked how the original protagonist became the mentor to the next generation.
Which, I mean, some people like that. Some people hate when they get, like, kind of shelved. But, I mean, depending on the story, depending on what needs to be learned, it can be helpful. As we exited the cinema complex, Kalei's eyes lit up. He pointed to the food court, the bright signage beckoning us inside. What are we gonna snack on?
Oh, I'm starving. Wanna grab some grinds?
What the fuck is grinds? I am hungry. Is grinds just like food? I feel like eating a banh mi. I love it. But then there's ramen. But then look, but no. This stood out to me first. A banh mi. Because the fucking vegetables they put on that shit is so heavenly. Yes. Gotta get some Vietnamese food. Minutes later, I carry a tray with the snack back to the table. Kalei is already sitting down, a glistening bowl. Ooh, wait. Do you have like a poke bowl? A bowl of rice topped with spicy mayo slathered tuna is sitting in front of him. He splits his chopsticks.
That looks pretty action.
I take a bite of the sandwich, savoring the crisp, sweet, vinegary vegetables and the crunchy bread. Just remembering how that tastes. Oh.
Anyway, that was so good, right? I especially like the scene where the sergeant finally puts down his uniform.
Finally, he puts down? I nod, chewing my food as I listen to him. Kalei talks for several minutes, rambling about his favorite scenes and the acting performances of the leads. When his steam is all used up, he scratches the back of his neck and returns his attention to his poke bowl.
Sorry, I did it again. I talk so much. My friends usually have to tell me to shut up.
No, this is great because for one, I'm learning something. We're talking about the movie. It's wonderful. It's okay, I like listening to you.
Really?
Apparently. He looks embarrassed.
Oh, thanks. That's nice of you. No one has ever said that to me before.
It makes it feel like your friends don't actually like talking to you, or it could be they need to take you in doses.
What do you think of the
what
movie?
did I think? I like the themes, the character, the action sequences. Why is the box longer? I'm realizing some of the boxes are a little longer, but it could just be because... Is that meaning something? I don't know. That's curious. I mean, we talked about symbolism, themes, I would assume, characters, action sequences. I would think themes would be what you would want to bond on. Action sequences is just gonna be like, oh, I like the characters, yes. I would think to go with themes. I really like the themes, considering that the sergeant's entire goal in the original series of films was to prove himself to his father. I thought it was fitting that it is in this film he found peace with himself and his accomplishments despite never receiving his father's approval. Kyle nods, listening intently as he chewed on a slice of pickled radish. We talked about the movie for several minutes, but the conversation quickly slowed down. To be honest, I'm not all that familiar with Mad Gun series. I watched the original film years ago, and I just read the synopsis as a refresher. This movie was excellent, but it was just a really solid, entertaining action film overall. I can't think much to talk about. So, did you want me to talk about the action sequences? But yeah, it was really good. I'm glad we came to see it. My voice trails off. The awkward silence. Are you thinking, or have I just sent myself off your trail? Kyle grins sheepishly and takes a bite out of his poke bowl before washing it down with a sip of Coke. No, don't worry. People can be quiet. Don't panic. Oh, no.
Uh-oh, the conversation stopped. What will
Can I
you
have
do
a
now?
weekend without you, sir? Why don't you come up with conversation, He's standing behind me. He slides his hands across my shoulders, tracing my clavicles. Sir! Off me! It feels like he's about to grab me. Okay, yes, here's some of that yandere-ness. Thank you. It feels like he's about to grab my throat and strangle me.
See? I told you that this would
But I
happen.
mean, conversations do come to an end.
He's getting bored. He's realizing that you're not the interesting person that he thought you were. Soon he'll regret ever inviting you to
We
hang
went and
out
saw a
with him.
film. It's not like we had an interview. Guys, God. My skin feels cold. I look at Khalil. He's looking at a nearby shop selling rice balls. He's probably thinking about how boring this conversation is, how much he regrets inviting me out, how much he regrets being my friend. Reel it in. I take another bite, but it's hard to swallow. The food feels like glue in my throat. I want to vomit.
Why don't you excuse yourself to the bathroom? Stay in there a while. And when you come out, you can pretend that you got food poisoning.
You do realize my cute friend, would want to help me out? Like, Geist, why do you think he's gonna abandon me? Like, what happened, Geist, in your life to be this just killed?
At least that way you'll think that you're miserable company because you're ill, and not because you're just a miserable person.
I managed to choke down the bite of food. Geist is right. It wouldn't even be a lie. My food is settling uneasy in my stomach. I place my hands on the other side of my seat, getting ready to scoot back from the table.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if you were the last person alive?
Well, that came out of left wing. What? What? My retreat is interrupted by Kale's sudden interjection.
No, like Seriously, post-apocalyptic movies always focus on the survival aspect. But what if that's not the problem? Assume you've got a shelter and all the food, water, and electricity you
True.
want. But you're completely alone. You've got all this time on your hands. What would you do with it?
I mean, one great way would be to, if you could get access to a library. I mean, you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. Else. I mean, technically, you could build a computer if you really could figure that out. Travel the entire face of the earth? Is this what he's thinking about? The hypothetical apocalypse? What made you think about that all of a sudden? That's random.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes these thoughts pop up in your head, you know? And they just keep scratching at the inside of your skull until you let them out.
Okay. Curious? I mean, it's a thoughtful question, and the pondering of what do you do in the face of utter loneliness compared to other stresses. And it has to question, is it a question he's been wondering about? Maybe he's wondering if we'd answer differently? He takes his hat off and ruffles his hair, looking a little embarrassed. He puts the hat back on. I guess I would... Wow, look at that. Travel's one of them. Watch all the movies. I mean, there is a lot of movies. And I mean, the time it takes to learn a movie that doesn't have subtitles, you could. I mean, and movies at most are like 2 hours a piece. And if you're doing other things, I mean, if you can stand sitting there for a marathon, you could watch all the Lord of the Rings and watch them with the different languages. Ooh, the amount of anime you could watch. That is exciting. I mean, of course, then the worry of if you're able to acquire said DVDs. But feeling like that is something that's gonna bond me and him together. Because sure, we could travel, stay alive, but what about that? What about that? I'd watch all the movies I can before I die. All the things I normally wouldn't have time for. Witness the last remnants of human existence before it all disappeared. What about you? What would you do if everyone disappeared on you?
I guess I would travel around and look for people.
So maybe travel was the answer you were looking for, but I felt like the movie thing was still essential to my person. Eh? I thought you said you were the last person alive. You already know there aren't any other people, right?
Well, I think if I actually believed that, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Knowing that I'm all alone in this huge world.
Ooh, so it sounds like you might be the person who would lose their mind a bit with that utter sense of
If I
loneliness.
keep searching, then I can hope that I'll find someone someday. Even if it doesn't happen, the thought would keep me alive. You know?
I mean, it's commendable, but then it's even heartbreaking at the same time. I understand Khalil's feelings, but I can't relate. I've thought more than once that if I was all alone in the world, then it wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't have to worry about dealing with anyone. My mind could finally stop screaming at me. I could finally be at peace. Humans are social creatures to some variable degree. Whether it's by interaction of birth, interaction of friends, interaction of what helps in community, some form of it in some capacity.
Sorry for killing the mood with that weird question.
Now you brought up actually like an intriguing, mind-boggling question. I like it. I shake my head. No, well, kinda weird, but I get it. Sometimes you can't control your thoughts, and it was an interesting question. I just need some time to think about it. Kyle chuckles awkwardly and leans
How's your
forward.
food? Ooh, looks cherry.
Oh, it's good. Do you want a bite? Somehow I feel a little more relaxed. Kyle's bizarre question had knocked me out of the maelstrom of my thoughts. We're bonding. He hadn't been obsessed about me and my shortcomings. He had just been his own head wondering about something that had nothing to do with me. I almost laughed. Of course, Kyle wasn't focused on me the entire time. I'm not the sun. He doesn't revolve around me. He has his own random fleeting thoughts. After we finished lunch, we dropped by a charity store and browsed through their used DVDs. We didn't talk the entire time, but at the very least, I don't feel tempted to run to the bathroom when the conversation slows down. Ooh, Geist, are you gonna be upset? When I flop onto my bed later that evening, exhaustion envelops my body. But it's a different kind of exhaustion than normal. A good kind of exhaustion. You're having experienced happiness. And there, I admire the concluding paragraph to my classics paper. It came out rather well, if I do say myself. I'm spending another Saturday evening at the library, as I often do. It's been a couple of weeks since Kyle invited me to go to the movies. It's already 10 p.m. I groan. Hopefully I have something in my dome room to eat for dinner. I pack up the laptop, books, and papers scattered over the desk and head to the library exit. Freeze. What do you mean? Good freeze? Bad freeze? As soon as I open the library doors, I freeze. Darkness? Okay. There are hundreds of people outside. The plaza is filled with blaring music. It's a boisterous rock song with dramatic crescendos, the theme song from a recent Halloween-themed blockbuster.
It's Halloween. They must be having a party.
Wait, then why were we... Oh, did we... But man, we were just studying away. Does this mean we get to see a Halloween party? Do we? Geist is standing next to me. He strides in front. When he's standing at the end of the steps, he turns back towards me and bows. You can't start doing nice things now, sir. Gesturing towards the crowd with one arm. He's acting like he's ushering in my arrival to a royal
Shall
ball.
we go?
Why? You didn't want anything to do with me before. I take a step down. My legs are shaking. Ooh, spooky music. I'm intrigued. What is this? Okay. There are so many people. They swarm around me, pressing against my body. The smell of smoke is sickeningly sweet, wrapping around me like a vice. Tall student rams into my shoulder, spilling a few drops of beer. Ew, my hoodie. I try to breathe, but no matter how deeply I inhale, it feels like my lungs are being filled with sand. Take a step. Feels like I'm wading through mud. Music is so loud, I can't even hear myself think. There are flashing lights everywhere. The students are wearing glow sticks around their necks and wrists, and they look like fireflies swaying in the dark. Where's Geist? For once I look around for him, aching to see that blonde head, a familiar beacon in a sea of shadows. And of course, he abandons us. What? Should I be surprised? Should I be surprised? He's nowhere to be found. My vision is getting blurry. The shadows of the students around me all blend together, pressing against me, squeezing the breath from my lungs. Legs buckle and soon I'm keeling over the pavement. I'm trying to stand back up, but I'm shaking too much. If I move, I'll topple over. My heart is pounding, beating like a war drum. I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I look up. Everyone is staring. Ooh, this is definitely social anxiety. They look down at me, their eyes driving into me like knives. Some of them turn to each other, talking, gossiping
Here
about
you
me.
are, the center of attention, the star. Go on, put on a show. Show them what a mess you are.
Sir. I can't see him, but I know Geist is behind me. It's getting hard to hear. It's getting hard to see, too. Feels like I'm drowning in the depths of the ocean. The only thing I can hear clearly is Geist's sardonic voice whispering into my ear. The only thing I can feel clearly is his breath against my neck. I'm gasping for breath.
Hey,
I'm suffocating.
Are you okay?
Look who's here! A fuzzy figure is kneeling in front of me. I can't see what it is. My vision's too blurry. When I don't reply, he puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder, urging me
Come
to
on.
stand.
Let's sit down somewhere.
Now I'm concerned. Is he gonna turn out to be bad, or is this like actually happy? That's the other thing. He tugs on my sleeve, leading me through the people surrounding us. As we walk, the crowd thins, the music quiets, and the smell of smoke weakens. He opens the door and guides me inside. So what's up? I look around. My mind is still fuzzy, but I can tell we're back in the library foyer. The boy sits me down at one of the couches. It's hard to focus. I try to concentrate on his feet. I can only think about one thing. Oh no, he's a sock and sandal wearer now. There's a strike for him. And it really just matters. It doesn't actually matter, but still it's funny. It's quiet now. So quiet that I can hear how fast my heart's beating. It's still racing, thrumming in my ears like a hummingbird's wings. My skin feels cold and
Do
clammy.
you mind if I sit with you?
That's fine. I want to be alone. I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Wait here. I'll be right back.
Where you going? Oh, he gave me water. He returns a few minutes later, settling a cold bottle of water against my shin. The chilly condensation tingles against my skin, grounding me. I look up. Kalei's brow is furrowed with worry. It doesn't suit his face, normally so sunny and cheerful. Guilt gnaws at my chest. He
Are
looks
you
so
sick?
concerned.
Did you drink too much?
No, boy, we were just studying and then social anxiety tried to murder me.
Or are you having a panic attack?
Aww. And I'm just realizing you don't have your baseball cap on. It's fluffy hair. Panic attack? I mean, in all honesty, you could be having a panic attack. I've never considered that before. You've had similar episodes in the past, but I've told myself that everyone feels nervous. Nervous is different than having debilitating, you can't see, you can't breathe, you can't function. Your episodes were normal. Selfie. I was normal.
Now he knows that you're a freak. Someone who can't even handle normal life. A person who's constantly on the verge of a complete mental breakdown.
Do you... What is my worth in your eyes, sir? Geist. Every single word is accounting for 1,000 little tears I want to come out of your eyes. Okay? Please. Geist is sitting next to me on the couch, conveniently here when he can't do anything to help me. Arm draped across my shoulders, his cold fingertips are tickling my earlobe. Feels like I'm being buried alive. Interesting. Drunk, I mean, we aren't drunk. But I guess being drunk would dismiss it, but being honest? I think I'm having a panic attack. I say it quietly, the words stumbling on my tongue. I almost don't want Kalei to hear. It's strange, labeling what is happening to me like that. Part of me is glad to give it a name, to put a face on the monster that has tormented me for so many years. Part of me is terrified of this label, this brand singing my skin, marking me as someone No, you're not broken, no. Marking me as someone irreversibly broken.
Okay. Breathe with me, okay? In. Out. In. Out. Good job. Can I hold your hand?
Sir, you could be a great, unless you have a fear of blood, you'd be great in the medical field. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean the question? Can I hold your hand? By all means. I nod. He grasps at my hand and squeezes it. His hand is warm and reassuring as he leads me through some deep breaths.
Everything is going to be okay. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere.
Just sunshine. And even... Is that the best way? Because I know everyone's panic attack is slightly different. Would this be the most effective way to go about it? Then again, he did bring water. He's trying to keep you grounded and focused. It doesn't sound like... Well, then again, the whole thing of trying to ask questions when someone's having a panic attack could be hard to do, but you know what? I think this still feels like it's in the realm of being accurate. Because again, I'm just realizing just when you are in a panic attack, it's kind of hard to even cooperate or understand what's going on around you. It did feel a little distressing the moment before when everything was getting blurry. So it's nice how it transitioned from that to this. We're in a safe space, the soothing music. And it does help that you're having these reassurances come through. He repeats this over and over as he continues to help me breathe. With each reassurance, it feels like a rock is lifted off my chest. Once I've calmed down, Kalei gives my hand one final squeeze before letting go.
How you feeling?
Ooh.
All right.
I mean, if Geist would stop talking shit, we would be excellent. Yeah, I'm okay.
Do you want to go home? Are you going to be okay walking through the crowd?
Oh, concern. I nod again. Kalei helps me to my feet. I follow closely behind as he leads me back out into the masses of people. It's still suffocating, but it's different this time. Kalei walks in front of me, parting the crowd like the Red Sea. Meanwhile, I focus on the pulmonaries on Kalei's back, counting each flower petal. By the time I'm finished, we're out of the heart of the gathering. There are only a few stragglers surrounding us now. Thank you for walking me home. I let out a breath that I didn't know I was holding. I jog up to Kale's side. I'm sorry for bothering you. My cheeks are burning. I want to disappear, to crawl into some hole that leads straight to the center of the earth and never come back out. Don't. Maybe crawl in the hole, but don't go to the center of the earth, okay? You'd like
It's
to go
no
back.
problem at all. I wanted to get some air anyway. Big parties like this aren't usually my thing.
Oh. Geist sidles up next to me, his hands in his
Look at you.
pockets.
You've completely ruined his night. He could have had fun with everyone else, but he had to babysit you.
No, he was enjoying what was a semi-date with me. So, okay, Geist, you could have had a date with me. You could have walked me through that, but no, you let me flop around like I was dying. My hands hover over the headphones slung around my neck. I want to put them on, but it'd be too rude of Kalei right here. I'm not usually like this. I'm a little embarrassed that I acted like that in front of you. Kalei doesn't look surprised. Instead, he domes a strange expression of grim understanding.
It happens to a lot of people. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
You have understanding.
What a
thank you.
liar. It happens to a lot of people. Who, exactly? Has he ever even met anyone as freakish as you?
Sir.
I'm your friend. I'm here to support you. Always.
You just got two different voices
How
talking to you.
generous. He's offering to be your crutch because of how fragile you are.
My gosh, sir, could you get off this jealousy? Kalei kicks a stone lying in the path, skips down the cement, landing in a near patch
One of my
of flowers.
relatives has a panic attack sometimes. She's brilliant. One of the smartest and kindest people I know. But she feels things a lot, you know? And it can be overwhelming.
Well, nice you put a little reference to it so it's not just, oh, everyone has it. You've put a personal
So
touch to
sometimes
it.
she just needs a few minutes to process her emotions, and I hold her hand and talk her through it. It's no big deal at all.
Okay. No big deal. Collapsing in the middle of a crowd and troubling everyone was no big deal. Because clearly he's lived and been with someone who deals in the same kind of overwhelm. And frankly, not to make it a big deal so you don't feel burdened, you don't feel like what frickin' Geist is saying to you. I don't know what to think of that. Part of me is annoyed by Kyle's flippance. The way he dismisses my suffering with a few easy words, and yet part of me is also strangely reassured by his nonchalantness. As I'm mulling over the statement, we reach my building. I fumble my ID card out of my pocket and swipe it through the reader. Thank you. I wave to Kalei and shut the door, his words ringing in my ears. Okay, it feels we potentially are getting through. We're getting some reassurance, and of course, this is not something that will come night and day recovering. I groan into the pillow. Can't believe what I did last night in front of...
I bet he's gossiping to all of his friends right now. The weirdest thing happened to me last night. A freak had a complete breakdown in the middle of the main plaza. Crazy, right?
Crazy right, that Geist, you have no filter. You know what? Can we just rip that necklace off of you? Because it's It's spooky, it's creepy, maybe it gives you powers. Can you give me something to work with? The blonde man dangles the phone in front of me. Give me my phone.
He texted you. Shouldn't you hurry and see what it's about?
Well, if you give me my phone back. I bat the phone away and turn around. I want to stop time. I want to curl up in a corner and hide forever, so we never have to see Khalil again. The phone buzzes once more. Pick it up, please. Real life doesn't have a remote. I can't hit pause on it because I'm feeling overwhelmed. I roll back over and reluctantly accept the phone from Geist. Hey, how are you feeling? Okay? I was kind of worried. Just want to check how you're doing. Do you need anything? That sounds like he really wants to check in on you. Hopefully, but then again, what if this game's talking about the toxic positivity and toxic negativity? What if it's going with that? I'm concerned too, because we're getting one side of just sweet, but even like understanding and helpful. But what if it is toxic positivity? That's another concern. And then we've got negativity and Minty Man. Yes, you're dapper, you're British, but that's only gonna take you so far before we're just like defiance and making you cry, okay? If not, hopefully someone makes a game where you are just the pitiful one. I squeeze my eyes shut, composing myself before I reply. I'm okay. I don't know what happened last night. That sort of thing doesn't usually happen to me. Now, gosh, please. But then again, of course, you've been dealing with this for years, so you're going to respond this way. You're not going to just say, hey, thanks for looking out for me. Nah, don't worry. I'm just glad you're good. I was wondering, are you busy? Tonight? Do you want to hang out with me? Me and my friends are... Oh no, it's with friends. Friends I've never met. But it could be a good opportunity, but it could be awkward. It's called Wanna Come? We'll probably talk story after. There's gonna be pizza. And fun. My lips curl into a smile. After our first exchange, the has become something of an inside joke.
Yes, go on, accept. Now you can put on an encore performance. You can curl up on the floor in front of Kalei and all of his friends and have a complete mental breakdown. Again.
Gosh, wait, so... I would assume, I'm realizing too, that you use his name. Like, if you were so pissed at him, like you've described his staring at him as wanting to strangle him and whatnot, and irritation, but you use his name. So do you have some sort of respect for the dude? Because if anything, you could just be saying that boy, that dude. It's just a note. That won't happen. Last night was different. That never happens to me. There's just too many people. This is small and private. If anything happens, I can just say I need to go to the bathroom or something. Geist places a finger under my chin, tipping my face up so that I have to look at him.
Do you really believe that?
I really do, because defiance and spite is a very powerful thing when going against you.
Sure, you're going to go out with a bunch of strangers and have a fantastic time.
Possible?
By the end of it all, you'll be best friends for life.
I mean, maybe we have a power of friendship moment. I don't know.
What kind of fantasy land are you living in? Has that ever happened to you? Even once?
All it takes is trying, even though meeting new people is anxiety-inducing. Geist's words radiate cold. They send chills running through my limbs, making the hairs on my arms stand on end.
If you say yes, it can only go poorly. You will embarrass yourself. You won't even get along with his friends. What if they start mocking you because of how socially inept you are?
Okay, then clearly they're no friends of mine.
Say no.
Say yes. Accept it. How do you think I'm going to listen to you? You do not give anything. Because, I mean, if you were, like, threatening me, like, an actual different style, but I want to accept it. Every time to make you mad. Okay. It only takes a few seconds for the phone to ding with the familiar notification. Really? Yay! I'll come get you right now. Oh, okay. Sec. See, things are progressing. Things are going smoothly. I don't know if this is supposed to happen, but maybe it is a promising thing. Hey. When I exit the building, Khalil is already there. His cheeks and ears tinge pink from the cold. He waves excitedly to me with both hands. He leads me through the darkened campus along the lamp-lit path until we reach the student union. When he opens the door, I'm greeted by a trio of new faces. One girl, one guy are lounging on the couch in front of the TV. Another girl is unrolling paper towels and stacking them next to a couple of pizza boxes. So maybe one of them's the TA?
This is Mari, Naya, and Asher.
Aw, I have new friends. Well, potential friends. Nice to meet you. Naya and Asher wave in acknowledgement. Mari hands me a plate and a paper towel. Help yourself. This one is vegan. Oh my gosh, wait. Did it matter because I picked the vegan balmy? Oh my gosh, that's freaking cool if that, like, remembered that choice. Yeah, because I guess before I picked red lentil curry. Oh my gosh, I made my person vegan. I didn't even think about it. But hey, it was good food. She opens the oily cardboard boxes, revealing 2 pizzas, one covered in tomato sauce, vegan mozzarella, and basil. The other with basil pesto, sausage, roasted peppers, and goat cheese. Both sound delicious. But I mean, I am a lover of pesto, so yes. I grab a slice of the basil pesto pizza. The what is this word? Excuse me? What is this? I've never heard this before. I feel dumb. Since what? Herbaceous. It's a herbaceous. Herbaceous. Why have I not heard this before? Herbaceous plant. Denoting or relating to herbs in the botanical sense. Herbaceous. Ooh, that'd be cute. You get like a tattoo and you make a little meadow and put some mushrooms and put the word herbaceous. I would think that would be cute. Maybe a little corny, but still. I like the idea in my head. Herbaceous scent makes my mouth
What drink you
water.
like? Beer or soda? Or just water?
I do not drink beer. I am so glad I never had to be forced into that experience, okay? Like the 1, 2, 3 times of experiencing it, I am not a fan. But do I want soda? Or do I want water? Beer, soda, water. How we go with water? You know what? If I'm already an anxious mess, stick with the basic. He fills up a glass of water for me. I accept it, setting it on the table. Kalei takes a slice of the pesto pizza and sits on the floor in front of the couch. I join him. The room dims and the TV lights up. On the screen, a lanky young man with a mop of curly hair fields a question for the curious reporter. It's an interesting movie. The protagonist is a college student who joins his best friend's startup. Oh, Oh, that movie. Wait, is it the social experiment? Is this supposed to be like the Facebook startup movie? Because lanky young man, curly hair. They make a social network that quickly takes over the country. However, midway through the film, it's revealed that the best friend is actually an alien who's using the social network as a way to harvest information about humanity. As the film winds down, I finish the final bite of pizza. The protagonist just barely evades his best friend's ray gun and stabs him. You stab your best friend in the throat? In the final few seconds, the protagonist staggers to the console, trying to prevent the information from being sent to the mothership. But he's too late. The film's final shot is the console screen, eerily displaying transmission sent in big, pixelated green letters. Ooh, I love it. Even though they struggled, it didn't work out. I love it. The doom. Kyle gets up, flips on the light. Mari turns off the TV. The hell was that? Plain sequel bait. I mean, yeah. I thought it was pretty good. Really ominous.
It's a fitting metaphor for online privacy, isn't it? They couldn't stop the aliens because it can't be stopped. Once you use the internet, no matter how hard you try, your information is going to be collected and used against you.
Yeah, I mean, that's talked about heavily this year. Oh my gosh, you get to see little art of them too. Eee! The five of us clean up, tossing the pizza boxes, cleaning the dishes, and when we're done, we sit on the floor in a circle, chatting about the movie. Although, to be fair, Khalil does most of the talking. What movies do you like, Selfie? Ah, this question.
Better not tell them what you really like. After all, if you tell them that your favorite series is an animated whodunit franchise for kids starring a detective dog, they'll think that you're weird and utterly childish.
Do you not remember who their friend is? Do you not remember? Cleo had talked with passion about the movie, okay? They're gonna be like, oh great, someone else who likes it too. Come on. I brush aside Geist provocations. I already prepared. I watch most things, but I've been watching a lot of sci-fi stuff lately. My favorite is the Eradicator series. Oh, the ones about the shape-shifting aliens that take over humanity, right? Yeah, and the main guy travels back in time to prevent humanity from making contact so they don't get taken over.
He's not the protagonist. The protagonist is a woman he's helping.
Oh, you know the series too. He's the guy on the cover, though. Khalil sighs.
The guy on the cover is the villain. The villain!
The villain? I really liked it, especially the scene where the guy jumps into the vat of acid to save everyone.
That's the sequel.
Oh my goodness, you're getting a little heated. Why do you always get so hung up on the details, Khalil? Let up a little.
Eradicator 2 is the best one.
Oh, he likes the sequel? Eradicator Reborn is the best one. The villain wields this pair of nunchucks. The wheels of this pair of nunchucks that turn into machine guns. Eradicator 4, the one starring Holly Day. That reminds me of the other movie that we watched with Holly Day, the one where she had 6 months to live, so she decides to find her first love. That one was good. I was crying at the end when she found her boyfriend's last love letter to her. Ending was kind of boring. Just say that you wanted killer robots to appear in the last 20 minutes of the movie Asher.
60 years, 6 months was one of Holly's best performances. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the director made the film with her in mind. It was a crime that she didn't win the Golden Galaxy Award that year.
The Golden Galaxy? But man, you were passionate. Oh no, are you getting concerned? As the conversation meanders away from the topic that I had started with, I fall silent. While Mari and Asher bicker about the sentimentalness of the climax of 60 years, 60 years, 6 months, Khalil leans over and asks if I've ever watched it, but all I can do is shake my head. Sometimes the conversation veers to movies that I've watched, and I scramble to think of something to say, something interesting that isn't too weird or offensive. But by the time I plan my words, the others are already talking about something completely different.
Tick tock, tick tock. It's been so long since you last talked. It's just like class, isn't it? You're going to get a participation score of 0, you know.
Guys, why are you here? You do not leave me alone in any of these scenes. Go somewhere else. Why don't we, like, we're in college, do we not have resources to find someone to exorcise him out? I open my mouth, trying to say something, but I soon close it again.
Given up already? Oh, you've truly got an iron will. Why don't you go join the other furniture?
I place my hands in my lap, focusing on wiping some of the residual oil from my fingers. At this point, if I did say anything, I would just earn stares of befuddlement. Who is the stranger interrupting our conversation? Better not to say anything. No. They all know each other, so they get each other's vibe. The conversation is getting taken away, but I'm pretty sure someone's gonna go, hey, wait. Let's pull the conversation back. I'll just stay quiet and wait for this get-together to end. As Naya and Mari discuss the relationship dynamics in a gothic romance film, the conversation slows down. Khalil is listening intently to the argument, but Asher looks bored. He takes a swig from his beer before looking at me. Asher raises an eyebrow. Oh no, why do you have to say it out loud? Don't say it out loud. Why are you so quiet? I freeze. No, I hate that question. I hate that question with the entirety of myself. Sometimes you're just quiet to be quiet. Quiet in this case, you don't know how to broach the topic. This is infuriating to me. I can't remember how many times I've been asked this question. What am I supposed to say? What do you say to that? Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm shy. I don't like talking very much. I'm a bit tired. I'm not feeling it today. I don't know you guys that well, so it's hard for me to barge into this conversation. Every single piece of that I feel like I've said before. I'm actually... No, this is Geist talking. You're not messed up. So many people talk about things that will be dark humor. It's okay. If I talk, you'll find out, so I'm not saying anything. No, please speak. There are a million answers, a million excuses, but I never say anything. All I can do is a nervous laugh and say, yep, I'm quiet. Naya and Mari slowly stop chatting and look at the two of us. No, everyone's stirring. Khalil's already staring. I shrink under their gazes. Geist leans in close, his cold breath tickling my ears.
Oh no, it seems like they found out.
No, they're going... Please be wrong. Please be nice people. Please.
How long did you think that you could hide it? Your real self. You pretended to be interesting. You pretended to be a person worth talking to. You didn't even make it 5 minutes before showing them how boring you are.
Geist.
What will they think of Kalei now? He stuck his neck out for you, introducing you to all of his friends. Now what will they think? They might start to think that he's a miserable failure too because he likes someone like you.
What is your problem, guys? Kalei likes me. That's obvious. He likes hanging out with me. Sorry. I'm sorry for being so boring. I'm sorry for being such a killjoy. I'm sorry for ruining the mood.
You've already ruined everything. You think that begging for forgiveness will help. You're just making things worse.
Well, damn. Screw you too. Why are you... Kalei squeezes his beer can. The crinkling sound is loud in the relative silence.
Maybe it's because they think hard about what they're going to say instead of saying any old thing.
Okay, thank you. That is a great approach. He prods Asher with his knee.
And why are you so loud all the time, bruh? Maybe you should learn to be a better listener.
Okay, Kalei, you can... These are your friends still. Asher's brow furrows. Aye, his nostrils flare. He looks pissed.
Now look at what you've done. You're ruining his friendships. Kalei is standing up for you. He's getting into a fight with his friend for you.
Depending on context, that's still a good thing. I wrap my arms around myself, my knuckles whitening. I stare at my drink on the table, watching the condensation pool at the bottom. Same 5 words run around my head on repeat. Screaming and screaming and screaming. I should have not come. I should have not come. I should have not come. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I was anywhere but here. Asher rolls his eyes before shoving. Oh, I thought Geist. Asher rolls his eyes before shoving Kalei in the shoulder. You're one to talk. You're the loudest out of all of us. Kalei rolls his eyes in turn, ignoring his friend's provocation.
Anyway, speaking of gothic romances, what did you think about Scarlet Tears? You mentioned that was one of your favorites from last year. We watched that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you brought me back into the conversation. Kalei smoothly transitions the conversation to a film I've watched. I managed to get a few sentences, although it doesn't take too long for the conversation to veer in a direction I can't keep up with. However, when he notices, Kalei brings me back into the fold with an easy question. Asher remains relatively quiet. His arms are crossed and his eyes are narrowed into a pointed glare aimed straight at Kalei. The other boy doesn't stop sulking until we split for the evening, with everyone returning to their respective dorm rooms. Is there problems? I'm the only one who lives in a separate building. Kalei offers to walk me back. Is everything okay? When we're outside, I cross my arms, shielding my body from the chill. Feel strangely nauseous and oddly vulnerable in a way I can't explain. As if someone cut a hole in my chest and left it open so that everyone could peer inside. Kalei scratches his nose. He looks around awkwardly before turning to face me.
I'm sorry.
Aww. For what?
They, said some pretty insensitive stuff to you. They're not usually like that.
But are they? Because for the conversations you've had before mentioned that your friends tell you to shut up. So, are you too much for them, or is there something else going on? Are they hostile towards you? What's going on?
They were only like that because you were there. You made everything awkward.
I mean, new friends, new people do bring about awkwardness, but still. Maybe asking that question was done not in best taste.
I'll make sure they're on their best behavior next time. Don't worry.
but you want to hang out again.
There won't be a next time. Not after you messed everything up so badly.
Sir, you are not giving yourself any points.
I'm really glad that you came.
I mean, it sounds like you're happy I showed up.
He's lying. They always lie. He's just trying to...
Bro, chill.
We all like movies, but sometimes it feels like I'm the only one who takes them seriously, you know? They're always joking around about how bad the dialogue is or how hot the actors are.
Okay, maybe not do a film night. Maybe something like a puzzle or a game. That kind of thing.
Whenever I want to talk about the story or the characters, they brush me off. Even when they don't, you can tell they don't want to talk, you know? That's interesting, or, wow, you thought about it a lot.
Okay, so it could be not their strength.
Sometimes I feel like a weirdo. Like I don't belong.
You do belong.
So it was really nice having you there. It seems like we're on the same wavelength.
I appreciate. He might be lying. Placating me with soothing words, but he seems sincere. I feel the same way. I really like talking to you too. I mumble the words, barely able to get them out. Inwardly I curse. I sound so awkward. What if Kalei thinks I'm lying or been insincere?
Feels like you listened to me. You really listened. I wanted to thank you for that.
Appreciate. Guilt bubbles in my stomach. I want to protest. That's wrong. I'm not listening. Not really. I'm just so wrapped up in my own thoughts all the time that I don't speak. In reality, I'm a selfish jerk who's always obsessed about myself. I don't listen to you because my thoughts are constantly screaming in my head. Reel it in, reel it in. But when you look at Khalil and his sunny son, can I speak? But when I look at Clay and his sunny smile erodes my doubts, he genuinely grateful towards me. Even if it was accidental, I did something for him that he appreciates. I made him feel heard. I guess I did a good thing. I look around. Yes! Fuck him. I got him gone. Even though he's gonna show up. I look around. Geist is gone. But is he gonna be in my bedroom? We arrive at my dorm building. Thank you for inviting me. I had fun. When I returned to my room, the guilt in my stomach had morphed into something else. A strange mixture of emotions, one that I can't easily define. Guilt, nervousness, humiliation, gratitude, and something almost like pride. Another month. Around a month has passed since Kalei invited me to meet his friends. I lounge on my bed, scrolling through my feed. Bzz. Is that Kalei? I scan my notifications. It's not. Instead, I got an email. What's the email about? Am I passing my classes? Oh, it's the package. Ooh. Oh no. Does this mean we're gonna be watching the movie in my dorm and Geist is gonna be there? Oh no, that could sound like chaos. I run down the mailroom. When I talk to the student that's manning the desk, my excitement is so high I can get out the words without stumbling over them. Minutes later, I'm clutching the package to my chest like it's my most precious treasure. We got it. Oh, and I'm just realizing, I'm guessing that's Detective Dog. Oh, that's so cute. In my room, I carefully open the box. A DVD case, covered in a slightly worn plastic, is lying amidst the crumpled up newspaper. Young Detective Dog, the adventure begins. I can't suppress the grin spreading on my face. I've been waiting to see this film for so long. I open my desk to search for my DVD player, but then I pause. I wonder if Kalei would want to watch this. Watch it with him, yes! When we were talking about the franchise before, he mentioned that he hasn't watched this one. I'm not surprised. It's not available online and physical copies are hard to come by. Do it. Do it. Should I invite him over? I've never invited anyone over. In fact, I've never invited anyone to hang out, period. When I did spend time with friends, they were always the ones to reach out. Some deep, small part of my heart always believed that I asked someone out, they would feel burdened. That spending time with me was a chore, that they had so much better things to do than be with me. But this is different, right? Kalei wanted to see this movie too, and maybe, just maybe he would have fun with me. I take out my phone, my fingers hovering over the try messenger icon. Why is everything green?
Stop.
Oh, we're coming into Mr. Yandere mode. Finally. You finally realize I could leave you? Time for a save. You're now super duper pissed. Finally. Geist is sitting on the bed, leaning over me. He reaches over and tries to take the phone out of my grasp. Not today, sir. But this time, I don't let go. I wrestle my hands from his grip.
What do you think is happening with that guy?
Apparently feelings of either romance or platonic, friendship. Either way, I've got a friend, and I've got a group of friends who are going to start liking me.
What? Is he your bestie? Your dear friend? Maybe he even likes you.
What was that? That arrogant don't do the to me. I don't want to listen to this. I push Geist off me. I get up and I grab my headphones off my desk. But his voice slips past the headphones, snaking into my eardrums. Ooh.
Get your head out of the clouds. He tolerates you because he wants someone to go to tutoring with. If he had anyone else, he wouldn't even look at you.
It seems like he could have someone else, but he's chosen to hang out with me, okay? I turn away and crouch down, pressing the headphones so hard over my ears that it feels like I'm crushing my skull.
He doesn't like you. He never liked you. No one likes you.
I like me. Maybe all his friends already like me. Maybe Kalei likes me. Geist, why don't you like me? Damn. Geist embraces me from behind, squeezing me tightly. He rests his chin on my shoulder.
I love you. I only have your best interests at heart.
Sir, if I was demented and wanted to be in a cage, yes, great. But now, if I'm a college student in school, I want something more. Okay, Mr. Minty Man? You can't have me. But you can have me in the next playthrough.
The world is dangerous. I'm trying to protect you.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like you've been stomping on every ounce of my heart. Like, honestly, I was half scared that the game was gonna make him break the DVD. That would have really sold me on him being just horrible.
You can't trust anyone. They all hate you. They all wish that you would just disappear from the face of the earth.
And just, even though he's talking smack to me right now, this is some really good voice work. So, bravo. His voice is scalding and freezing all at the same time. Honey that drips into my ears, burning my eardrums like acid. Ooh. Spectacular way to put it.
If you trust them, if you let them in, they'll all hurt you eventually.
We are all squishy people. We get hurt, okay? He takes the phone. Give me my phone. He takes the phone out of my grasp, my grip too limp to hang on any longer.
But that's okay. I'm here for you. You only need me.
Am I getting the bad ending? I'm scared unless I'm gonna prevail. I mean, this definitely feels like yandere. Are we gonna prevail? After all that work, sure. No, that sounds like I should save. Let me save. No, please cry. Please, with all the effort in my heart. Please, this should give you something to be destroyed by, Geist. Geist's touch fills me with revulsion, resentment, and anger. I shove him away. He stumbles backwards, hitting his head against my desk. He rubs the back of my head, glaring at me. Everyone hates you. Seems like the only one who hates me is you, Geist. Ooh, yes. My victory! See? Just getting to ruffle his feathers finally. I feel so victorious. Geist's eyes widen. His eyes are brimming with some emotion that I can't quite describe. It almost looks like betrayal.
I don't hate you. I love you. I care about you more than anyone else. You're my entire world. I exist for you.
It sounds romantic, but I have all this content to say you think I am a human trash can, sir. Nah. You love me. When you spend all day telling me how worthless, disgusting, and unlovable I am. When you do nothing but beat me down, grinding me into dust so you can pick up the pieces. Ooh, this is beautiful. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not love. The floodgates are open now. I blink quickly, trying not to let tears flow out of my eyes as the words flow out of my mouth. Hey, I understand. You've got a lot of feelings, it's okay. Even though it means my character's crying, you're getting it out of your system. He's still losing in the end. We are victory. Why? What's your game? You want me to feel small and laughable and hopeless so I never feel confident enough to leave you? So I always need you? Geist opens his mouth before closing again. Yes. He tries to speak a couple more words before he finally finds the words.
I'm just being honest with you. I don't want you to get hurt. Not when you're this fragile. Not when the slightest push will break you into 1,000 pieces.
You're just waiting to do it yourself. You're the only one who's hurting me.
I just wanted to help.
You're not helping. You've never helped. The tears are gushing out now, warm droplets caressing my cheeks. All you do is make me stress that I'm terrified to do anything, boxing me into a prison of my own thoughts so I can't step outside of it. Trying to alienate me from the people around me, you liar.
I'm not a liar.
Yes. I'm relishing in this. But you are. Kalei hates me when every single thing that he's done has communicated the opposite. Thank you for understanding. He says he likes to talk to me. He wants to invite me to hang out. He wants me to meet his friends. And yet every single time you tell me that he's pretending, that he's actually hated me all along. What kind of crazy hoops do you have to jump through to believe that he hates me after all of that? What are you? Some kind of mind reader? to be able to tell what he's really feeling. Wait. Well, I mean, the game did say mind games. Can you read his thoughts? Holy shit, what if that is the twist? That would be wild. But I'm pretty sure no. I feel like this is supposed to be in a more positive light.
No. But I just know. Besides, even if he doesn't hate you now, he'll hate you eventually.
Why?
It's just a matter of time.
Why? You make it sound like no one's gonna care about you, but of course it's the yandere. It's the yandere of you who's like, no one can love you. And if something happens later and he tells me he hates me, so what? I'll move on, I'll live, it won't be the end of the world. I'll make new friends, I'll form new relationships. But if I'm always too scared, if I never reach out, I will never form bonds with anyone. I'll just continue floating listlessly through life, blindly following wherever you decide to take me. I might get hurt, and that's okay. It happens. I don't want to spend my life avoiding things I'm afraid of. I want to spend it doing the things I actually want to do. Ooh, we've snapped out of it.
What do you want to do?
Why are you being nice all of a sudden? I don't need to think about my answer. I want to be Kalei's friend. Geist looks down at the phone, guilt marring his features. He lifts his eyes to meet mine. I stare back unwavering. He extends the phone to me.
All right. Good luck.
You're giving in? I mean, thank you, but I'm guessing, yeah, because the other thing is, you're a ghost, so how am I supposed to incorporate you in my life? Unless I'm gonna stay in all the time. But thanks for the luck. I hesitate, thinking that it might be a trick before accepting the device. It's still displaying Kalei's conversation on Messenger. I bite my lip and send my message quickly, trying not to overthink it. Are you interested in watching a movie with me? I just got my hands on Young Detective Dog, and I thought you might want to see it. My phone buzzes immediately. Yes! You want to really see it? Right now? Right now? I wiped the tears from my eyes. I'm really in no state to see him right now. I pause before sending the next message. I've got a few things to do right now. Maybe in a couple hours? I'll be right there. Can't wait. I look up. Geist is gone.
Hey!
That definitely sounded like it was a triple Y. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. He sounds a little different than normal, almost overly enthusiastic. He brandishes a plastic bag filled to the brim with different snacks. Wow, you just had these lying around?
Oh no, I ran to the store really quick. I didn't know what you liked, so I got a bunch of stuff.
Oh. He rummages through the bag.
Oops, I forgot drinks.
Hey, that's okay. Well, half the time you can't drink during the movie because then you gotta run around and find the bathroom. I laugh. We're in my room. Why are you the one only one trying to provide everything? He smiles awkwardly.
You're right, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I guess I got a little excited and didn't think too much.
Aww. Detective music? We laugh together before settling on the rug. I prop my laptop on my desk chair. I plug in my DVD player before carefully inserting the Detective Dog disc. The movie starts with a close-up of a dingy city street. Several pairs of feet pass by, splashing through the muddy puddles strewn over the cement. Kalei opens a carton of cookies. He holds the box open for me. I take one, savoring the cream-filling sandwich between 2 chocolate biscuits. He also opens a bag of spicy chips. Ooh, to eat those together. It could be weird, it could be delicious. And sets it on the ground between us. The camera zooms in, focusing on an alleyway in the background. A dirty cardboard box comes into view. A small puppy, his fur matted with dirt and blood, lies in the box. I am Dog. In the future, I'll be Detective Dog. But now, not now. I am just a poor orphan dog. We quickly become completely enthralled by the film. The animation's definitely dated, but the voice acting performance and the writings are mesmerizing. The plot is much darker than any other entry in the Detective Dog series, following Dog as he's falsely accused for stealing a rich cat's pearls. On screen, we watch Dog's interrogation. Can I speak? We watch Dog's interrogation. On screen, we watch Dog's interrogation. Dog stays quiet as the policeman tries to emotionally manipulate him, promising a warm bed and food if Dog fesses up. I fumble a chip out of the bag, enjoying the sweet spiciness. I reach towards the bag again when Kalei's fingers ghost over the back of my hand. I freeze.
Sorry.
He jerks his hand back, awkwardly readjusting his hat, which his hat's not there. His ears are red.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, that's cute. Interesting. What happens? What happens if you pick either choice? Curious. Because we did say we want to be his friend. Might as well see what happens. I reach over and place my hand on his, squeezing it. Then I turn towards him. I hover in front of Kalei's face just long enough that he can sense my intentions. His eyes widen, but he doesn't pull away. I press my lips against his. It's only for a moment, but his skin is warm and soft against mine. I pull away just as quickly, burying my face into my hands. Somehow I had gotten drunk on cookies, spicy chips, and orphaned animated dogs. Kalei turns away from me. I want to scream. I ruined it. Good going, Sophie. The second you tell guys to get lost, you decide to act like a creep and a pervert. I could have really used that jerk's intervention if I'd known I was going to do something this stupid. I mean, he doesn't look like he's not happy. Now Kalei really won't want to be friends. He'll feel too awkward to stop the movie, so now he's going to be stuck with this deviant. Kalei tentatively reaches his hand out. He places it over mine, interlacing our fingers. He squeezes my hand. Freaking petals and shit. No. Oh my stupid romance. After our introductory computer science class ended, the new semester started. Kalei and I started to officially date. We often spend our nights, evenings together, and we go out on the weekend. Nowadays, I invite him to hang out as often as he invites me. our unspoken rule is that whoever does the inviting gets to choose the movie. I've gotten to know Kaleo's friends better too. Mari is a sweet girl who's always caring for others like a mother hen. Naya is a level-headed and unflappable, with a penchant for sarcasm. Even Asher isn't a bad guy once you get to know him. Tendency to blurt out whatever's in his mind, and is a little immature. But he genuinely cares and has his moments. I find myself striking up conversations with other classmates too. We don't become fast friends, but we exchange a friendly few words. Sometimes the interactions are as smooth as butter, and sometimes they're as rough as sliding across sandpaper. That does not feel good. But that's okay. I feel myself changing little by little. That man, he didn't vanish completely. No, can you just show me him just devastated, please? That man didn't vanish completely. But whenever he tries to drown my ears in nervous prophecies, I don't respond. It's difficult to ignore him, but he's quieter now, less insistent. His rhetorics have changed a little too. He no longer speaks exclusively in apocalyptic foretellings. Sometimes he watches me open my 4th cup of instant noodles for the week and says, "That's too much sodium. Cannot be good for you. Why not cook something?" When I'm on the couch scrolling mindlessly through social media, he sits next to me and leans in my ear and whispers, "Going for a walk would be better for you than lazing about the house, wouldn't it?" I'm sorry, why are you so concerned with my well-being and dictating? Like, you go from mean mugging, trash talking me to something being like a mother. Be like, "You should do your homework. You should not sleep till 4 a.m. My gosh. As I sit at my desk browsing through online shopping portals, he sidles up from behind and shuts my laptop, saying, "You know you don't have room for frivolous purchases in the budget right now." His tongue hasn't lost its edge, but those lectures only bring me mild annoyance, not fear. Sometimes I actually take his advice, and sometimes I tell him no. On occasion, he falls back into old habits, reciting old lines. "They don't like you. Everyone hates you. You do nothing but ruin everything." But he says them less and less with each passing day. There's a man that follows me. He's always watching, but sometimes he whispers in my ear. I wonder if he'll ever go away. He probably won't. And that's alright. Oh my gosh. I'm so intrigued. I'm really intrigued. Thank you for taking the time to play, and thank you for everyone who supported development. I make other romance games with dark twists too. If you're interested, link. For anyone who has mental health struggles, know that you're not alone. I hope that you all have more days where Geist is a little quieter than usual. Beautiful. I love it. So sweet. Mind. And that was only the first route. So now the question is, does it matter if I... Well, obviously we have to go through the game with picking options that entirely go away from having this romantic ending, and see what happens if we decide to give in to Geist. So let's load back up to the very beginning. We will not help him this time around.
You'd better not. Can you really explain yourself clearly? You're just going to make him more confused.
You know, right, guys? Yeah. I couldn't explain it better myself. Clearly, I'll get him so confused.
Besides, he didn't ask for your help. Why do you want to stick your nose somewhere it doesn't belong? If anything, he'll think you're a creep who's spying on him.
I guess we're gonna be a creep. So sorry. I will stay silent then. I purse my lips and return my attention to my own homework. I type away for a few minutes, writing a series of loops.
Excuse me.
Oh, he tried to seek out our help. My heart rate spikes and my shoulders hunch, as if swinging on a rusty hinge. My head slowly to look at the boy sitting next to me.
Really sorry to bother you, but would you mind taking a look at this? My code keeps freezing and I can't figure it out.
Oh, you really were just trying to be polite. I scoot my chair over and he makes room for me. I pretend to study his screen. There, you didn't increment your counter variable.
Ah, so that's what it was.
The little light up of smile. He types the correction and runs the program. It runs without freezing, even though it doesn't output the correct answer.
You saved me. Oh, thank you. What's your name? I'm Kalei.
Well, Kalei, I'm Selfie.
Nice to meet you. We're in the same lecture, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen you around.
I nod my head. So I guess it kind of like speeds the same, so we can skip through and see what changes. Ah, yes. What shall we listen to? We had exciting music. How about an audiobook? I open the audiobook that I started last night. The narrator starts to recount the mysterious disappearance of the main character's wife, drowning out the world. I turn towards the path, but something catches my eye. We're not gonna wave. I lower my eyes, pulling my headphones tighter over my ears. I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. Eventually, she skips past me, greeting a girl jogging out of the library. I relax. I made the right choice. Of course, she couldn't have been waving at me. We barely know each other. We're not friends. Geist, of course, he always says something mean to you. What do we want to eat this time? I don't want mac and cheese. I want braised pork goulash. Oh, it still comes with macaroni. So we still get macaroni. I take it to the table in the corner. I pick at a chunk of meat on my spoon, savoring the spicy scent of the caraway seeds. The broth is rich and hearty, and the meat melts in my mouth. It only takes me a few minutes to finish half the dish.
It's you! Mind if I sit here?
Hello again.
How's it for you? Hard?
It's not bad. It's not too bad. Clay nods. And of course you're gonna badmouth me, you're gonna be nice to me. Proceed on, you're gonna be that, and now we don't text you. I put my phone down. I shouldn't text him. However, a few seconds later, the device buzzes. The message starts to pop up in chat. It's me, Kalei, the CS guy. I ponder my reply for a second. Of course, I couldn't forget you. Besides, it's only been a few hours. LOL. I just want to say I had a lot of fun during lunch. It was super fun. Oh, see, he says the exact same thing of talking about super fun. Dog buds. Woof. Man, he's so nice. I think Claire is a good friend. I like spending time with him. do, and you're gonna be mean, and I'm gonna have to say I'm busy. Sorry, I've got a lot of homework. I am not ready to go tomorrow. I have had to learn more about Kalei, what he does and doesn't like. I have to practice talking more. I have to come up with topics of conversation. Oh, okay. Maybe next time. I bite my lip. Oh, we're gonna push her friend away. I don't like this. Yeah, maybe next time. I'll be ready to go next time. Sunday rolls around. I stay in bed until noon, scrolling aimlessly through a detective dog form. When I roll off my mattress, I hobble to the cafeteria to get something to eat. Then I retire to my dorm to do homework. I feel so bad. After I finish my... Oh, it's... Something's new in the text. After I finish my classics and computer science reading, I look at the clock. It's 6 p.m. I groan. Too late to go out or to do anything, but too early to go bed. Might as well watch a movie. I open my laptop, spend a few minutes scrolling through a menagerie of cheap horror flicks and holiday-themed rom-coms. Nothing catches my eye, so I settle on my usual choices. The movie opens on a shot of a young girl sitting on a train. The camera slowly zooms out to reveal the girl is alone, with no guardian in sight. A plain cursive logo appears on screen. My Christmas. This is an old classic of my childhood. I've seen it 10 times already. The girl, Masako, is a child of divorce. She ran away from home to look for her mother. She wants to spend Christmas with her strange parent. She encounters an old homeless woman, Hana, and agrees to take her to find her mother. I've seen this movie over 10 times already. As I watch the familiar sequence and listen to the dialogue I've memorized by heart, my mind drifts elsewhere. The Mad Gun showing is long over by now. I wonder if Kalei ended up going. Did they find someone else to go with? How was the movie? Was it fun? What if Kalei never invites me to do anything ever again? I didn't want to go today, and I probably wouldn't want to go tomorrow either, but a small part of me wants to go out to see a movie with him someday. I hug my pillow tighter. I can feel the cold fingers of regret keep creeping into the back of my mind. And you're here. My mattress creaks. Geist, oh, of course he has Oxford shoes. Geist knocks off his Oxford shoes and scoots next to me on the bed, leaning against me.
I always love this part. It's brilliant. I can't help but tear up every time I see it.
Is this like one of the nice only lines I've ever heard you say? Like praising the movie? On screen, Hana leaves Masako on the street as she approaches a well-kept countryside house. Masako's mother opens the door. She's carrying a baby, and a 2-year-old clings to her leg. When she sees Hana, she shrinks back, visibly disgusted by Hana's disheveled appearance. I hold my breath as my shoulder tense. No matter how many times I see it, this scene always manages to twist my heart like a wrung rag. Are you enjoying that the human emotions are suffering? Geist reaches over and squeezes my hand. His fingers are cold, but no less reassuring. Hana explains that Masako came to find her mother, but the woman just shakes her head. I'm not that girl's mother anymore, she says, and shuts the door. My mind drifts to Kalei again. What if he doesn't want to be friends anymore? What if he never texts me again? Maybe he'll assume I don't like him because I rejected his invite. On screen, Hana turns around to see Masako's forlorn face. Was that Mama? The girl asked, her eyes wide. My eyes sting. I'm not sure if it's because of the movie or the agitated thoughts running in my head.
Masako's expression here is simply heartbreaking. Such a good performance from a child actress.
You're giving me a concern here, sir, if you're, like, praising, but it could be you really just enjoy seeing every form of devastation in people. Hana kneels down and hugs Masako. It's a touching scene, the emotional climax of the film. Masako finds her mother, even if she isn't related by blood. And Hana embraces the daughter she never knew she wanted. Cleo probably hates me now. I'm sure that he's tired of my existence and already erased me from Dry Messenger. Hana and Masako return to Masako's father, who's distraught with worry. There's a time skip to spring. The screen pans over several beautiful shots of cherry blossoms. Hana is clean, wearing new clothes. She holds Masako's hand as the pair walk the girl to school.
The perfect happy ending. Mother and child walking side by side to a new
You're praising
future.
it? I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for you to say something bad. I'm so confused. You just said something nice about it? The room instantly darkens as the credits scroll over a black background. Small children's doodles dance along the sides of the screen. I squeeze my eyes shut. I ruined everything. Why do I always ruin everything? Every single friendship I touch crumbles to dust. Geist traces circles around my knuckles. Each slow movement erases some of the disquiet from my mind. I unconsciously lean into the blonde man. For some reason, I'm exhausted. I just want to stop worrying, stop thinking. Geist welcomes the contact, nuzzling against me. He whispers into my ear. I can tell he's smiling. He delights in my vulnerability.
See? That was fun, wasn't it? You didn't even want to see that movie with Kalei anyway. Your weekends are precious. This way you got to spend it watching a movie you love. With me.
I mean, in a way, yes, but you didn't have to watch something you didn't really enjoy, but taking interest in other people's hobbies. But it's like, you really want me to stay inside and never go anywhere. Yeah, I guess. I'm too tired to offer rebuttal. I curl up on the mattress. Geist shuts the laptop. He leans down and presses a kiss against the back of my hand, his lips ghosting over my clenched fingers.
It was fun. I'll see you
You're
again.
disappearing, okay? Huh. Despite my worries, Kalei meets me the following Monday with the same smile he always wears. I don't think his smile is fake. I can only hope it isn't fake. And there. Oh no, we have to come to this panic attack. And we're gonna have to just dismiss him.
Do you mind if I sit with you?
I'm gonna have to say everything now. I wanna be alone. I wanna be alone. Sorry.
Okay. Text me if you need anything. I'll be around. Shoots.
Damn. I squeeze my eyes shut and try to breathe slowly, but I can't stop shaking. The air scrapes into my lungs like sandpaper grating against my trachea. When I look again, Kalei is gone. I lean my elbows into my knees and bury my head in my hands. My heart won't stop pounding, threatening to burst out my chest. Cold fingertips trace along my chin, tipping my face until I'm gazing into a pair of emerald eyes. Bro, what's up? You good? Geist appraises me, his gaze flickering over my wrinkled sweatshirt and my teary eyes. I'm biting my bottom lip in an attempt to stop it from trembling. The blonde man's emotions are inscrutable. Is he angry? Worried? I can't tell. His face is blank. It's as if he's still deciding what expression to wear, like he's picking a jacket from his wardrobe. His visage twists into a look of pity. He looks as if I'm an injured puppy lying in the rain. He sighs.
I knew that this would happen.
Then why did you escort me down, sir?
So fragile. You're like fine china. You're not fit to be paraded around in front of the masses. You'll chip and crack, like you are right now.
I'm pretty sure I'm still intact, but you could have just helped me, you know, being a freaky deaky ghost. Geist wraps his arms around me. Bro, was the smile. Burying my face in the crook of his neck.
You're okay. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, great. Not what I want.
Look at how helpless you are. Just like a little lamb. You need me.
Could I not need you?
Don't worry. I'll protect you from everyone. No one will touch you while I'm here.
Didn't seem to help when the tall kid shoved into me. I squeeze my eyes shut. Geist is holding me tightly, so tightly I feel as if my ribs are going to break. But his touch isn't comforting. Instead, it feels cold, like I'm being suffocated in a blanket of ice. My heart isn't slowing, it's shaking in my chest like an animal trying to escape its cage. No matter how deeply I breathe, it still feels like I'm drowning. I don't know how long it takes for me to recover, locked in Geist's brace. But the time I recover enough to stand, most of the partygoers have gone back inside. So you made me waste time too by not helping me. I make my way back on shaky legs, holding onto Geist's hand for dear life. He walks slowly, keeping my pace. When we reach my dorm building, he pulls me into one last hug before waving goodbye. I shiver and go inside, slamming the door behind me. I feel so bad. Oh, and he still tries to
Say
invite.
no.
I have to say no. Decline. I've already got plans. Sorry. When I send the message, I shut the app and squeeze my eyes shut. It only takes a few seconds for the phone to ding with a familiar notification. Oh, next time then. Don't worry, it was my fault. Ask you all of a sudden. Hope whatever you're gonna go is awesome. See you Monday. I toss my phone on the bedspread next to me. Geist smiles smugly. I spend a couple of hours scrolling on my phone, watching silly videos online. Eventually my stomach groans, telling me to go to the cafeteria.
Emotional damage!
Well, it'll be awkward if you do run into him, but it'll be like, hey, my plan's finished up. I sneak into the dining hall, peering in and sweeping my eyes all around for the signs of the familiar sky blue baseball cap. Kaleo's nowhere to be seen. Not that I expected to see him here, but it doesn't hurt to be careful. I pull the hood over my head a little tighter before sneaking past the cashier to the display cooler on the other side of the cafeteria. I peruse the selection of sandwiches wrapped in shiny plastic. I choose a mozzarella, roasted vegetables, spicy chicken, mozzarella, with sun-dried tomatoes out of the cooler. I take my prize to the cashier and hand her my ID. After the purchase is complete, I go out the door, shivering as the icy air penetrates my lungs. It's not freezing, but it's still cold enough that I can see faint white puffs as I exhale. Doing out here? I wander to a secluded corner of the campus, near the Performing Arts building. I sit on a nearby bench, the cold wood stinging my skin. I bite into my sandwich. The bread is cold, the creamy pesto-smeared mozzarella and tangy tomatoes slide down my throat. I choke down half the sandwich, barely tasting my meal. Should have bought a drink too. Guilt bubbles in my stomach. Kalei had gone through the trouble of inviting me to meet his friends. He had gone out of his way to be nice to me, and I threw his kindness back in his face. He reached out to me and I lied to him. For what? Because I was uncomfortable? Afraid? Of what? Talking to a few strangers? What kind of adult is afraid of talking to strangers? What miserable excuse of a human can't muster up the willpower to exchange a few nice-to-meet-yous with some new people? I'm pathetic. I'm so pathetic. Why is Kalei trying to be friends with someone like me? I squeeze my hands around the sandwich, feel icy in my fingers.
Oh, come now. Don't cry.
You make me cry, sir. He's here again. He sits next to me on the bench. He wipes away the tears sprouting from the corner of my eyes before sliding his hands onto my shoulder. Geist rubs the small of my back, easing away the tension. He's unexpectedly quiet. When he appears, he usually doesn't stop talking. But this time he sits, waiting for my sniffles to subside. His voice is soft and soothing like a warm blanket tinged with the scent of lavender.
Look up at the sky.
You're actually doing something nice? Bro. Whiplash. I hesitate before looking up. The sky is hazy with light pollution, but up above I can see stars twinkling in the distance, far above the city lights. I breathe deeply in and out. The cold night air courses through my lung, refreshing me from the inside out.
It's beautiful, right?
Where are you going with this? Are you gonna twist it on me? I nod.
See, this isn't so bad, is it? You like being by yourself, with me. It's the only time that you can be comfortable.
You really are manipulative.
If you had accepted Kalei's invitation, you'd be stuck for hours in some small room with strangers. It would have been nothing but an awkward experience for everyone. Who knows when you would have been able to leave?
I mean, at any time you can leave. You're not trapped like I'm trapped with you.
Now you can spend your Friday night relaxing under the stars. After you eat, you can go back home and watch that show that you've been meaning to catch up on. Maybe you can go to the library and get a head start on your homework.
Why? That's actually kind of decently nice. What the fuck? Why you being nice? I'm weirded out. But I mean, the other point is you don't want me to spend time with other people. Like, the reality of you are really being like, this is fine, this is okay, you be in your small little space, all with me. Ayo.
You didn't refuse Kalei's invite because you were afraid. You did it because you know what you like, and you wanted to spend this time alone. You lied to him to spare his feelings. That's not a crime.
You do realize you're speaking for me? Like, I have my own opinions.
Other people want to go and party, but you're not like that. You like the solitude, the quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way you are.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I'm an introvert in this playthrough, but still. Introverted, shy, quiet. We can still have friends besides a ghost who likes to trash talk me. I don't know if Geist is lying, but I want to believe him. His words are fine liquor, intoxicating me, numbing my pain, my worries settle, buried underneath a thick layer of Geist's placations.
Are you feeling alright now?
Are you? Because apparently I can't think for myself. I instinctively lean against Geist, who puts an arm around my shoulder. He's not warm, but his presence is comfort nevertheless. Not sure if I'm feeling alright, but it doesn't hurt as much. My raw self-hatred has dulled to a vague ache. It returns to a corner of my brain to sleep, till it finds an opportunity to rear its ugly head again. Yeah. I finished the rest of the sandwich, which is even colder than before, after I relax into Geist's hold, gazing up at the sky. That's right. This is fun. I like admiring the stars alone with Geist. I made the right choice. That hesitation just says otherwise. Let's see what else. Oh, we're coming to here. And you get the self-satisfaction, guys, that I will accept you. Okay? And look at that. Shiny but still green, the world around us. Geist's touch is chilly, but it's comforting at the same time. It feels like I'm lying in a blizzard, watching the snow pile on top of me until it entombs me in a blanket of ice. I turn around and bury my head in Geist's chest. He stiffens as if he didn't expect the affection, but he accepts me. He strokes my back and resting his chin on my head. Is it okay that I'm a mess?
Of course it's okay. I'll love you no matter how messed up you are.
Because you messed me up, okay? I wasn't messed up before I met you guys. Is it okay that I ruin everything? That I make everyone unhappy? That everyone will hate me eventually?
It doesn't matter if you ruin everything. I'll be there to dry your tears and pick up the pieces. It doesn't matter if everyone hates you. I'm here. I'll always be here.
His voice is soft and gentle, softer and gentler than I've ever heard. And he's still reaching in, taking you away from what could possibly be.
You're perfect the way you are. You don't need to be someone that you're not.
But you. I'm just so frustrated.
You're not a social butterfly or a party animal. You like being alone, and that's okay. I wouldn't want you to change for anyone.
But I don't have to be a social butterfly or party animal to go and enjoy hanging out with one person.
You're happy right now, right? Just as you are, with me.
That's still gonna get a hesitation, right? He strokes my head. I breathe slowly, my lashes fluttering against Geist's cashmere turtleneck. I don't know if I feel happy exactly. I don't feel any pang of dopamine coursing through my brain, no sparks of excitement, no soothing serotonin. I just feel a little dull, like everything's far away and I'm not only attached to my body by a thread. Oh, I'm only attached to my body by a thread. Feels as though Geist's embrace is protecting me from everything, including my own raw thoughts and feelings. At least it doesn't hurt. I guess I feel calm, if that's what being calm feels like. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just nod. When Geist feels me move against his chest, he leans down and presses his lips into my head.
That's right. You're happy. You're just accepting yourself, and that's okay. You're perfect. I love you the way you are.
You're telling me I'm happy, and I'm saying I'm not happy. I ended up offering to lend Kalei the DVD. He accepted happily, and after he watched it, we had a lively discussion about young Detective Dog. After our introductory computer science ended and the new semester started, my text with Kalei slowly slowed down to a trickle. We didn't have any reason to keep chatting, so we just text each other every once in a while. We don't share any classes either, so we stopped meeting entirely. I still see him around campus sometimes, but I never say hi. So, whatever relationship we had mostly withered away. Human relationships are fragile like that. You stop watering them, they waste away in an instant. Kalei wasn't any different. He was the same as anyone else. But Geist is different. He never leaves me. Even if I don't see him, I know that he's there. Interesting. A change of that. I lie in bed, my head resting on Geist's lap. It's a sunny spring Saturday, but I feel oddly tired, so I decide not to go out today. On my laptop, Dog runs from the police, taking refuge in the shadows of the bridge overlooking a canal. This is the 7th time I've watched the young Detective Dog. The adventure begins. Although it was exciting to watch the first time, now it's more of a habit. I can remember each line of dialogue, every twist and turn of the story. Somehow, I can't bring myself to watch new things nowadays. It's emotionally exhausting getting invested in new characters and not knowing how things will turn out. So I bask in the comforting familiarity of old movies and shows. My phone buzzes. I check the screen. A text from Kalei. I consider answering, but I put the device down without reading the notification. I'm too tired to respond right now. I'll answer later. Geist smiles and takes the phone. He leans over and places it on my desk, out of reach. He places his hand on my shoulder, his presence a soothing weight. The movie passes by in a blur, but by the time I know it, we're already on the last scene. After successfully taking down the real culprit, Dog is approached by the wealthy cat lady who will become his master. He puts on his hat and looks into the distance. I don't know what will happen to me from now on, but I know one thing. I am not a poor orphan dog. He gets into the cat's car and the screen fades to black. The credit starts to roll. I shut my laptop, not bothering to pause the video player or put the DVD away. I get up and start rearranging my blanket.
Are you sleepy? Thinking of taking a nap?
You want to take a nap with me? Yeah. I get under the blanket. I hadn't bothered changing out my pajamas today, so I don't need to change my clothes. Why is there a ring? There's a ring on your finger, sir. Okay. Geist lies down next to me, pressing a kiss to my temple.
Good night. I'll be here when you wake up.
How are you a ghost? And you have a ring. Did we get married? It's okay. This is just the way I am. This is me. I like being alone. Alone with Geist. Geist wraps his arms around me and sighs, his breath tickling the back of my neck.
It's okay. Even if no one else likes you, even if they tolerate your presence. I love you. I'll never leave you.
Great. As I lie under my blanket, wrapped in the man's embrace, a heavy fatigue drapes over me. Somehow, nothing seems to matter anymore. And that's alright. Damn. Either way, great that both parts of these paths spelled it out. Clearly, you could definitely pick apart it. But damn, did we get everything now? Mr. Geist? Yep. We got all the beautiful works. The concern, the dementedness, the sweetness, and their lovely endings. Freaking petals. Beautiful, happy. So concerned. No. Just waiting and being like, oh, look at you, pitiful. And then that smile. The yo, dude. And of course, him in all his glory. What changes? I can't tell. It had a 1 and 2 on it. Oh well. What about on the archives? General information, shortcuts. Oh, there were shortcuts to this. Did not know. The game has 2 routes, 2 endings with 2 versions of each major event, 1 for each love interest. 2 versions of each major event. So, I guess if we kissed him or if we held his hand, if we accept him, if not. If you need a walkthrough, one is posted on the game page. Curious. I mean, might as well go and see how there would be a difference. 'Cause especially with that, let's go see if there's a difference, if it's okay. It's okay. I'm nervous too. Kalei hides his face in his hands before smiling sheepishly, straightening his collar.
It actually makes me happy to hear you say that. I thought I was the only one feeling this way.
Oh,
I guess that we can be nervous together, then.
perfect. I can't stop a smile from creeping onto my own face. We can be nervous together. I like that. And we get to hear. In this one, Kalei and I remain close friends. We often eat lunch together and we watch movies on the weekends. I invite him out, and the unspoken rule. You gotta to know they're friends. Not a bad guy. Striking up friends. You feel yourself changing a little. That man didn't vanish completely. Tries to speak nervous prophecies. Right. Hasn't lost their edge. Okay, so that changed a little for you could have a romantic ending or a platonic friend ending. That's super sweet. Okay, so this is with the pizza, so this is where we passed that other spot. So I think we need to go back here. Because if we go to I'm busy, click on OK, Geist is sitting next to me on the couch. Cold fingertips are tickling my earlobe. Feels like I'm being burned alive. I'm drunk. Yeah, I drank a little too much. Sorry to bother you. I need to pretend everything's okay, to pretend I'm normal.
Well, at least now he doesn't think that your brain is broken and held together by glue and duct tape. Now he just believes that you're a drunkard who can't hold their liquor.
Dang, you just are not easy to please. Khalil chuckles.
Don't worry about it. Getting wasted is practically a college tradition.
No.
Make sure to drink some water, okay? Should I get you something to eat?
You're still being so nice to me. I shake my head. If I eat anything, I know I'll throw it up. I fumble over the water bottle cap, trying to not spill it on myself. The liquid feels like shards of ice down my throat. Khalil sits next to me. He makes harmless conversation, asking me easy questions, commenting on the party, rambling about random movies. When I'm calmed down, I stand on shaky legs.
Do you want to go home?
Yeah, I can take myself back. Before I leave, I pause. I'm sorry you had to leave the party because of me.
Seriously, don't worry about it. I needed a break anyway. Just pick me up out of the bushes if you ever find me passed out. Cool?
Either way this conversation goes is so sweet. I know that Khalil's just trying to placate me, but I play along. I nod weakly. I take the long way around to avoid the dorm. Way around to return to my dorm, walking along the edge of the campus to avoid the crowds. Because now it's a question of if there's a change in the ending for Geist as well, because we didn't get a choice between still being friendly with him. All we had was push him or accept him. So I'm just curious if there is a difference
What
on
drink
that.
you like? Beer or soda? Or just water?
We'll go with water. Because really we're just trying to skip through this. We really liked your friends, but I'm trying to see if there's something else going down. Save. And accept him. Okay. It looks like we've discovered all we can with mind. And I honestly felt really good in the push away Geist. Just that conversation getting to have with him. Oh, that was fun. Even though I did not get to see him absolutely detested and crying or begging and groveling, it still felt satisfying for our character to speak their mind and to push him away. And I do see what it's going about, the story and whatnot. I appreciate it. I really have enjoyed this little game. And even, of course, they've made good games already, but this just is another continuation. So, try it out, play through it, or play some of their other games. Hey, everything is a wondrous art crafted for visual entertainment. So, have a good day. Bye.
Oh, come now. Don't cry.